this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,414. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are in the Men's Room. On tap today, the return of Who Sucks Less. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack, dingity down.
All right, here we go. Word to the wise, do not get a penis enlargement from a guy in a 1990 Toyota Corolla. Meanwhile, because of an animal nest in a kitchen fan, a family apartment goes down the hola.
Yep.
Pennsylvania man doesn't like when people have sex with his mom. Woman says because of her heels, her new boyfriend is now gone. And a college professor beats up a kid for riding his e-bike. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. Are you one of those people that uses a full body deodorant?
Yep.
Like Lumi, Mando, or Secret? Now, if so, you're part of a growing trend of people who, in addition to their armpits, want to keep their junk smelling fresh. And experts attribute this relatively new fad to something they call genital anxiety. Now, in case you're wondering, genital anxiety, it's defined as concerns about the appearance, smell, and function of one's genitals. Well, in that case, I would argue that everyone suffers from genital anxiety. If you even think there might be something wrong downstairs, we're usually pretty quick to address it. Last week, we brought you the story of a man who Googled what the odd white spot was on his penis. Well, Google said it was a wart. 14 months later, actual human doctors discovered that it was penile cancer. Yeah, and so he had part of his junk amputated. Meanwhile, a man in Thailand, Mike will have more on this story later, he was arrested for performing surgeries for penile enlargement, circumcision, pearl implantation, all of these surgeries, from the back seat of his 1995 Toyota Corolla. I hope you're sitting down because you're not going to believe this. He was unlicensed. And it's not just guys suffering a downstairs surprise. A woman was jet skiing, and then she flew off of the jet ski into midair. But when she landed, she didn't land on the water. She landed on the jet ski's handlebars. That's right. But she landed snuggle pockets first. And yeah, it did some damage. We'll share the gory details coming up. But first, just know that today we're talking about your family jewels. Whether it's the moisture missile or the panty hamster. Today, we're covering everybody because you got it downstairs and something has gone wrong. And even if it has not gone wrong, something has happened down there that made you very, very nervous. So today's question is...
Damn it.
What, panty hamster?
Yes.
Accidents, medical, or other. What happened to your downstairs area?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com. And now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
The Rock.
We go to Virginia, where a family was left terrorized after a group of Halloween masked men tried to open their front door and gain entry. Keep in mind, they knocked first, and then it got creepier from there, and now the police are involved. Now, closer to home, here in Seattle, local resident one Mary Brunkow, she got a knock on her front door at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, who's knocking on her door at the proverbial middle of the night? That would be the Associated Press, letting her know that she'd won this year's Nobel Prize for Medicine. Now, it seems kind of crazy that the AP did the same thing the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning down in California to let a different winner know that they'd gotten the Nobel Prize for Physics. And neither of these were a joke. Apparently, that's how Nobel let you know. Whatever time they decide, they knock on your door, wake your ass up, and tell you. Now, as far as that kind of stuff goes, I wouldn't have thought that the people at Nobel knocked on your door early in the morning, but at least it was good news. It was, in fact, good news. Sometimes you just don't know what's on the other side of the door. In fact, a passenger plane made an emergency landing for that very reason last night. The pilots lost communication with the crew, the flight attendants, etc., and then someone started pounding on the cockpit door. Well, the pilots feared what might be happening back there, and they made an unsolicited landing in Omaha, Nebraska, which truthfully is the worst part of that story. But today we're talking about your door. Sometimes someone's knocking, sometimes you hear a noise. There's people that open the door to find alligators or bears or mountain lions, or one woman, a frickin' monkey just opened her door on its own. But that's what we want to talk about today. Whatever's on the other side of the door just might be a surprise. So today's question is, who or what was on the other side of the door?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
What makes the alligator suspicious? My question is, an alligator has knocked on my door, okay? I look outside, I go, that's an alligator. What's the point where I say, but this alligator's suspicious?
He's wearing a ski mask.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yes. Deputies responded quickly after footage showed the reptile leaping up toward one of the front doors and trying to enter. After some effort, they managed to secure the roaming alligator. It was safely turned over to a licensed trapper. According to authorities in their social media post, deputies joked, "How's that for taking a bite out of crime?" No injuries or damage were reported. This is one of the reasons I don't get a ring cam.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
But wouldn't you rather know the alligator's out there than just you hear this at your door and you open it and he's like, hey, it's a gator?
No.
There is that point.
Yeah.
That is a strong point. I guess living in Seattle, I feel less inclined to get a ring cam because inevitably I'm just going to see the face of someone who stole crap off of my front porch.
I don't want to walk out
That'll never be found.
to my door and every day have to look down underneath my car or truck to see if there's an alligator under there.
Yeah.
Or whatever it could be. I don't want that paranoia of knowing that whatever's out there is out there. Because I will be...
But I think I'm with Ted on this. In a place like Florida or maybe like rural Colorado where the mountain lions are roaming around, maybe I get a ring camera there. Because I'm in my mind, it's less likely that it is a human being on the other side as far as anything I'm worried about. But maybe it's an alligator, maybe it's a mountain lion, maybe it's a brown bear, whatever. But, if it's a human, maybe you can negotiate your way out. If I open the door and there's a bear, like whatever the bear wants, that's what the bear's going to
Well, Seattle's just going to be a little bit weirder as far as the activity.
I don't need to see it.
It might not be wildlife. Could be a coyote or something like that.
Nah.
But for the most part, it's going to be the human species.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, where you live especially, you're just going to see a lot of people peeing in your yard.
Right.
And
correct.
occasionally pooping.
Yeah. The woman who pooped in my yard was probably one of the strangest experiences I've ever had. As far as living in a place and having that kind of neighborly experience.
Yeah, that should not happen.
And my wife said, I can remember, because I was kind of in and out of consciousness at that point. I was right into the deep sleep.
Yeah.
And she's like, Miles! And I'm like, yeah, baby, what? I mean, jarred me up. Like, what is it? She's like, there's someone taking an S in our yard. Oh, no. What do I do? And I said, I don't know. Throw him a roll of toilet paper?
No, what are you going to do?
I'll take care of it in the morning. I'm not going to get out there and do anything about it.
Did you have to pick it up in the morning?
Yes.
There was a pile of human S just sitting in your yard.
Yes.
Did you yell like, just stop, get out of my yard?
I kind of remembered this in the morning when I woke up.
Wasn't the
But I'm
first
telling
thing.
you right now, like I was into the beginning of a deep sleep.
Yeah.
So that's all I really remember. I remember she opened up the slider. I don't know if she said anything to the girl. I don't know what the deal was. I just remember in the morning getting up and going, all right. And I had dogs then. So I already had poop bags.
As I said, do you use a dog poop bag to pick up her poop?
I did.
Was it bigger than an average dog S? See, I'm thinking I would go for like the Safeway plastic bag, because it's a pile of human poop.
I will say this. I think when you're in that situation, it's the worst case scenario.
You would assume.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was solid.
It wasn't. It was just a regular poop.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was like, look, it was almost just like, look, I got to poop, I'm going to poop.
So she just pooped then. This is not an emergency. You can look at an emergency poop and say, I understand what is happening.
I know the difference.
Yeah.
I definitely know the difference.
This is just poop.
It was just a couple logs of poop.
Does that bug you more? Like, lady, seriously, I can look at your poop and I know you could have held that.
Well,
I know you
exactly.
could
They're
have
kind
held
of
that.
impressed.
Exactly.
Like, man, she must keep a healthy diet besides when she gets hammered at night.
I mean, sure.
It was
but
on the
again,
ledge. Like she squatted on the ledge and just laid it right down on the little retaining wall.
Yeah.
But it was, I was like, that actually happened.
That is poop. All right.
That's why I want the ring cam.
Yeah. Well, like I said, where you live, definitely not. I don't need to see it because I know what I'm going to see. Just the toothless guy being jittery, stealing whatever it is I've ordered.
Yeah. I've got a little table out there, and there's a couple places where you can stash stuff. So for a while there, I would wake up in the morning and just various people would start storing their stuff, like underneath the table to keep it out of the rain.
Yeah.
Or I got a little tarp out there. They put stuff under there. So I would just pick their stuff up and put it out in front of my gate, out in front of the.
Sure.
I'm not going to take their stuff.
No.
Just like if you're coming back, look, just take the crap. But I'm not going to throw it away.
Yeah.
Or any of that crap. But always a little bit of weirdness going on.
I will say one of the last unsolicited door knocks I got, as it turned out, in the summer 3 or 4 years ago, I guess it was. And this was the first time we discovered that the bees had made a nest kind of like in a corner of our garage. And like I said, when you're a homeowner, you're just like, damn, I have to do it. No landlord to call, right? So whatever. But it had only been that day. I will get around to it. I'm not worried about it right now. And someone knocks on my door, open the door. It's like an 18-year-old kid, maybe 17. You got khaki pants on. He has a white button-up shirt, and immediately I'm thinking he's going to sell me this religious crap. So, I mean, my face just changes, and he takes a step back. Obviously, my expression is like, I really don't feel like talking to you. And I'm ready to, like, read this kid the riot act. Like, do not knock on my door. To whatever you believe, I do not care. Don't bug me. But I'm going to let him give his spiel first. So I immediately fold my arms. I'm mean-mugging this poor kid. And he pulls out this little pamphlet, and he's like, hey, I'm from so-and-so, like, bug extermination, right? And I'm like, are you effing with me right now? Which is probably not the way to say it, but it's just what came out of my mouth. He's like, no, sir, it's a family-owned business. We have a small thing. We spray for bugs. I say, hey, you got here on the right day. Do you guys deal with bees? And he's like, well, yeah, it's part of it, man. You know, it's summertime. I'm like, so I got this effing nest over there. I just discovered it. So they got hired, and we've had them, like I said, 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
Twice
Oh, nice.
a year.
So a
They come
positive,
by.
a positive knocking on the
It
door.
was
story.
positive, and I felt bad because I really opened the door with a lot of freaking attitude and just the way he's dressed. I'm like, here we go. He came like on the best day at the best possible time, and like I said, the family's been working for us now.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hello, Patrols, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,414. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Exciting return of Who Sucks Less.
Yeah.
4:30, Steve, I don't know how you do it. You find people in the news doing weird crap.
Oh, yeah. For
You bring us 3 of those stories each and every week. It is up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. How are we looking this week on Who Sucks Less?
I will say this. There's a general theme of fraud, deception, that kind of thing. But all 3 of these stories have been brought to us by our very own Mike Hawk in the last week or so.
All right.
But I feel like they deserve to compete because it's hard. Honestly, it's hard to tell which one sucks less.
So basically, the latest in Who Sucks.
The latest in Who Sucks. Yes.
Oh, can't wait.
The latest
Also,
sucker
programming note, if you haven't heard the news, we're now on YouTube. You can watch the show live. KISW Rock, do us a favor, subscribe to our channel there, and if you would mind, hitting the like button, or as we say, smash the like burger.
That is correct.
And give us a
Smash
big
that
old
like
thumbs
burger.
up so the people at YouTube know that you're there and you like this crap you're watching or listening to at home.
Put a thumb up that like burger.
But either way, man, people are loving it so far. We get a lot of great comments, so thank you for those. One thing you should know is that there is a comment section within the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to comment on the show, we've been reading them and bringing them up, so it's another way just to get in touch with the show. And if you have any questions or comments or anything else, you can leave them there for us on YouTube.
For example, Joe here on YouTube wants to know, how is everyone today? I'm fine.
Feel like I've rested up. Feel good.
You look better today than you did yesterday, brother.
Yeah, I was dragging a little bit.
Your eyes were like half closed through the whole show. I'm just like, God damn, man. I know you had a good time in Austin, but I'm like, it shows.
Yeah.
You look like one of those Charlie Brown characters when they draw the tired lines under the eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that is precisely what you looked. I'm surprised you made it through the show. I was like, I'm just going to pass
I
out.
spent the bulk of Monday just in airports and airplanes.
Yeah.
Just
That's a
after we-
long day.
It is. But we
That's a
got it
long
done.
day.
Well, wait a minute. So you flew from Austin back to Seattle, but what route did they take you from Austin to
I was
Seattle?
supposed to go Denver to San Jose, then here. But luckily, Denver, I stayed there an extra hour and just got a direct back here.
All right.
So not too bad.
Denver's the airport where they thought you were what, smuggling bombs? What were you doing? Why did they swab your hand?
I don't remember. Was that Denver?
Yeah, it was Denver.
I don't know, but the TSA came up. I had never had this experience, and a lady walked up. Hi, sir. How are you? So, I'm great. How are you, man? And she's like, can I swab your hand? I was like, for what? She's like, I just need to swab your hand. I get it. They're doing the federal thing. But then again, as your average citizen, I'm just like, yeah, but why?
Because you looked like a terrorist at that point.
She said, we're swabbing your hand for bomb-making materials. And so my response, and remember, they don't have a sense of humor, but I was like, oh, thank God, I thought you were swabbing for drugs. And then there's just this hard look from like 4 or 5 TSA agents. Like, actually, I'm not kidding, but seriously, like, okay.
They did swab my mom once.
They swabbed your mom for bomb-making materials.
She looks like a terrorist.
Your mom.
I know. In the line, it's the same thing. I was like, I'm glad you're keeping her in line. And they did not find that funny.
I mean, look,
They were
man.
like, we have to do this to every number of passengers. I was like, oh, no, she's definitely doing something bad. And the guy was like, stop.
It'd be like, look at her. I would say, and look, I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but with your mom, you can.
Right. Yeah.
I would use her as a drug mule.
That's what I thought they were swabbing her for.
Because the truth is, I don't think she would do it voluntarily, but I am convinced that this sweet old lady would have no idea that I packed her suitcase full of cocaine.
Yeah.
That's just powdered sugar, lady. You're
That's right.
fine.
That's
That's very sweet. Yeah.
And today on the question, we're going to talk about your downstairs area. And one thing we know for a fact, and we've talked about this for many years, is that when something goes wrong down there, there is an immediate, urgent reaction to the situation.
Always.
I've seen people that have what looks to be an alien growing out of the top of their stomach. They've had that hiatal hernia for 6 months, a year, 2 years. It keeps growing out.
Don't care.
They don't care.
Nope.
As long as it doesn't affect their downstairs, if there's no pain, they just don't care. They'll have the bump. It'll start growing. I swear to God, it looks like a penis growing out the top of your stomach.
That's something you're willing to weigh down.
Yeah.
If it's on your junk. I mean, look at soccer, right? You can take penalty kick, whatever it is. Right? The only thing soccer players cover is their junk.
Oh, of course.
You don't want to get hit in the face by a soccer ball either. But given the choice, because you could go out there and cover your face, right? But given the choice of where the ball might go.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see where the ball goes.
It doesn't matter. 100, that is not why they're not covering their face. 100% of them cover their junk. And to me, that's very telling.
Right. And sometimes it's a medical issue.
Yeah.
That you've had. Other times it's just an accident, or as we will say in the question today, or other.
Or other, yeah.
But something happened down there that made you go, oh, man, this is not normal. This is not right.
This is urgent. Yeah. This is important to me.
And I know a lot of close family members that have been through those issues before, just that I've had to deal with, that other people have had to deal with.
Sure.
But it's kind of crazy when I think a lot of it has to just do with pain. And I think for whatever reason, in that area down there, man, if you have pain, it's just more painful. It's more nagging. It is different than other pains that you have.
No other pain feels like that pain.
Exactly.
There's
you
two
could have
things that feel different. Stubbing your toe and anything going on with your jaw.
But that'll go away. I mean, yes, you might have a purple toe by the time it's all done. But the pain necessarily, every once in a while, if you step wrong, whatever, during the healing process. But when something's going on down there, whether it's every time you use the bathroom, anytime you go to bed, if you're a guy and you have your nighttime things where something's going on down there, you get a little excited, the pain will come and wake you up depending on the situation.
I think even more than pain, man, is the appearance, right? Because you might not sense anything is wrong with your genitalia. But you go to take a shower, glance in the mirror, if you see anything quote unquote askew, I think you go into more in panic mode than like Ted. You went to the doctor because you had a hair bump under inner thigh.
It was right here.
But you did not know it was a hair bump.
Correct. And Miles isn't wrong. I literally at the same time had a hiatal hernia.
But you weren't.
But you didn't have one that was not visible.
Right. But I could feel it. I knew I was going to have surgery on it. But then I had what I didn't know what it was. It was just this awful red bump that kept growing. Like
infected
above.
hair, more than likely.
Yeah. Right. But same thing. You're right. That one, before I even checked on the hernia, I went to a clinic and was just walked in, and it was I was just like, I need to get this checked.
Yeah. Right. Well, every time you touch those things, you get a sharp pain.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you don't know, is this like the beginning of herpes? Because herpes is also a sharp
But
pain.
if it were anywhere else on your body, you could still say maybe it's herpes. But if it's on your wrist, you don't care. If it's near your junk, it is panic mode.
Yeah.
Hence,
right, like
keep
I've
the
had
hernia,
a cyst
get rid of the bump.
Right in the center of my chest, right?
Yeah.
And same thing, like I woke up one day and it was massive, right? Kind of like the one you get on your butt.
On my ass, yeah.
And I was like, this is really awful. I didn't tell a soul.
Right.
And still waited 2 days.
Yeah.
But the same thing when it happened near my junk, I was like, going to the clinic, got to see what's going on.
Sure.
Same thing on my ass. Like, I don't really tell anyone, but there's a point, and I believe it was you, Ted, like, bro, you're just not sitting normal. And that's when I said, I got this thing on my ass. It hurts so bad. But again, I waited, I think, 4 days before I finally went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Had it been in the different part of my mid-anatomy, I'd have been in the hospital that day.
Right.
I would have called
Look,
out from work, man. Like, I'm not coming in. There's something growing on my D.
And you know, depending on most of the time when stuff like this goes on, you try to keep it as in-house as possible.
Yes.
And you try not to tell anybody. But we do a radio show, and we do speak for a living. So I'll tell the story because it's ridiculous. But I was going through some stuff, and I just had really, really bad anxiety, you know, for probably 3 to 6 months. Just going through some stuff at home, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I don't think at the time that I knew that I had herpes.
All
Because
right.
I'd never had an outbreak before, right?
Is there any other way to find out?
Well, that's the first time it happened. And I did not know that. I did not know that I was.
But like, no one would go to the hospital to say, "Can you see if I have herpes?" I think anyone I know that has
Right.
herpes, like,
But
you
I
had the
yeah.
outbreak, and then you.
But
go,
I also,
"Oh."
but I also knew that I'd been with people who had. They told me that they weren't going through an outbreak, so typically it's a little bit more safe. I did use contraception and everything else, but that doesn't stop herpes.
No.
herpes.
Nothing stops herpes.
No, it doesn't. I mean, especially at the base and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, unless you wrap that whole thing, testes and all,
Right.
you know, you're not gonna cover everything where you know you can get it at the base of everything and everything.
Well, at
else
that point,
too.
you're just wearing underwear, man.
So at the time, our general sales manager, we had a thing that we would do where once every month, once every few weeks, we would go out for what we called meat night, and we would sit at the bar,
Yeah.
and we would go to a steakhouse, and we would not order any sides, none. We would drink and we would get a steak. And that
All right.
was it. Maybe we get candied bacon or something like that. If they had that on the menu.
Say no potatoes or
Nothing.
asparagus? Nothing?
Meat night is meat night. It's right there in the name.
Okay.
Meat night. We would go out and we would get meat. And we had been planning this night for like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, it was in the clear. She's not going out with anybody that night. You know, I've cleared my plans. We got meat night. We're going down to a steakhouse on Westlake.
Going to Thunder from Down Under?
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. And in the morning, I wake up, and I think I was living in Ballard at this time. I was living by myself, and I woke up in the morning. I'm like, something does not feel right. And I get to work, and it's just burning, and I'm like, what in the hell? Because I had not been sexually active.
Yeah.
So, you know, I knew it wasn't something that I just got. So this is something that's completely different because I know damn well.
Now for something
trust me,
completely different.
I know I hadn't been laid.
Yeah.
It was on my mind. It was bothering me. And I come into work, man, and she's like, "You ready for meet night? Ready for meet night?" I'm like, yeah. So we get on the air. We're in the middle of the show, and now it's just fire. I mean, it is fire. So I called the outpatient clinic. I think there's one in Queen Anne that I could get into, like at 6:30, whatever the deal is. And so I walked into her office, and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "I can't do tonight. I just can't do it." And she's like, "Oh, no. You're not doing this to me. No, you better have the best excuse I have ever heard in my life, or we're not canceling this." And I said, "I'm having a herpes outbreak." And she's like, "That is a great excuse. That works. We'll do it another night." And I swear to God, so I went to the clinic, and they vouched for it. This is probably 12 years ago, 13 years ago.
Vouch for it, because otherwise it's a humble
Well,
brag.
I did not know. That was my assumption.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I just play one on television. So I'm not like I was probably on WebMD or Googling why does my
Right.
penis burn like hell, you know. But that's what it was. And so I learned a couple things. And this is kind of weird. But so I get a prescription for Valtrex. Now Valtrex does not work while you're having a herpes outbreak.
But how long does an outbreak last?
It has to go away on its own.
But is there a general time frame?
I don't know. I've only had it once. So the thing about this is that with this medication, when you think that it's starting to happen, that is when you need to take it. Okay?
So they give you Valtrex, but don't take it while the outbreak's there.
Right.
Don't take it when it goes away.
You got to be like a seer.
take it when you think
gotta be
it's
a
going to happen.
fortune-
Can't
be
just
a-
take it every day.
You got to be a fortune teller. No.
Like I take
It's
that
a-
allopurinol for gout.
Yeah.
But if you have gout, it won't do anything for you. So that's why you take it every
Yeah.
day, like preemptive.
It's pretty
Yeah.
well. It's pretty well Z-Pack. And there's these big. You would hate it. I mean, these orange pills are huge. They are big, and I had that bottle in there for about 10 years. And I, in my bathroom, And I looked at it one day because I was like, what is this again? Oh, yeah. And it had expired like 9 years ago. So even if I had a situation where that has happened, and it hasn't happened since, and I've talked to my doctor about it. He's like, some people are not necessarily spreaders, but they can get it, and once they get it once, they just never really have it again. You still always have it.
But you won't have an outbreak again.
Correct. You won't have an outbreak. Now, that's not saying that I've got lucky enough where, that won't happen
Do they
again.
re-up your prescription? I'd be like, just in case.
If I ask them.
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
But I haven't had one, in
I know, but now
over a decade.
if you think you're going to have one, like crap, I should have gotten that prescription. That's my point.
I probably could do one of our teledoc things that we've got, or one of the features on our.
Just go through the app.
Yeah, go through the app.
Go
or
through the
whatever,
app.
I could request it from my general practitioner.
Yeah.
He would probably be able to call one in for me. But then again, time is of the essence.
That's the issue.
That's what I mean. So they're going to give you a prescription, but even then, it's a matter of coordinating with whoever's going to fulfill it. They're not always timely, so to speak. And from the moment you think you're going to have an outbreak, how long do you have before you have a full-on outbreak? Is it like 24 hours?
I did not know it was coming on.
Right.
I mean, I woke up that morning. I was like, something's not right, but I didn't know what it was.
But by later that day, it was rocking and rolling.
Look, if I'd have been with someone a day or two before that, then my mind would have started to spin. Like I would have been like, hey, look, I caught something. But when you're not with anyone, and this happens to you, you can't really.
You are so lucky.
You can't do the math.
I didn't sleep with anyone.
Right.
And then I had a herpes outbreak.
It's very hard to logically
And canceled meet night.
Logically work this through in your brain as far as what is going on down there.
And stress is unreal.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just for that.
It's immediate trigger. It probably
Correct.
would bring on gout.
That's what I say. So besides all the food stuff, like once I was a little more careful and started using allopurinol and everything, like same thing, going through something last year, and I was just like, how did I get gout? And the doctor was like, well, like you're saying, like with the herpes, he's like, it's just stress.
Like
The
my
same thing,
body.
right? I was like,
well, would you rather have gout or herpes?
if you have anxiety or stress like that, man.
I mean, I know you hate gout, but I'm just saying. And look, like you said, you've only had one outbreak, so in 55 years of life, not a bad ratio.
Right.
I've never had an outbreak.
But my body
I
was
don't
like
want
my body
an
was
outbreak.
cold and clammy to the touch before this. Like I was tingly.
Yeah.
Like my body was not right from just stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
I could feel like I was pitting and it was in the middle of winter.
Right.
For no reason, wearing a t-shirt in an apartment without a heater. My body was not normal. So when this happened, I was like, uh-oh, is this more than just what's going on down there? Is this a bigger thing, or is this a bigger
No,
issue?
just herpes, man. It's
Exactly.
just herpes, Miles. Relax. Yeah, you're stressed. But
This is great,
just
though, to put on
herpes.
in your dating profile.
Yeah.
Enjoys herpes outbreaks and long walks in the woods.
Don't stress me out because I
Right.
will get herpes.
but also again, it just sucks because you hadn't been active, and yet that's when it happened.
But that's what makes this funny.
Right. Say like with the gout, like
I mean,
right,
just-
if I go out and eat a bunch of shellfish and red meat and drink a rack of beer,
Sure.
that's like
Yeah.
all right. Not shocked how I get it.
But you earned it and you enjoyed getting it.
Okay, what Castle called that. So I moved into this place. It was pretty wretchedy, but I just needed to get out. And he called it the sad pad, I think.
Yeah, the sad pad. That was
Sad
the
pad.
name.
I lived in the sad pad, and that's when this one went down. So
It certainly wasn't a
So
stabbing.
I'm in there, but it's all temporary furniture and everything else. I'm thinking to myself, did I get bed bugs or did I get
spider bite.
Yeah, what else could this possibly be?
Relax. It's just herpes.
Right, exactly. Like,
There's nothing living on your mattress, sir. Just herpes.
I will give you this. The weird thing was when I went to the clinic. All right, the woman is holding the package there, and she's moving it all around. I'm just like, I still haven't had anyone touch me there in a long time.
Did you tell her this?
I did not. I was just really
I
trying.
haven't had anyone touch me
I
here
was,
in a while.
I was almost to the point where I wasn't listening because I was trying to think about other things.
Like a three-eyed dog sniffing your ass.
So she's telling me all these things about my junk, but she's not letting go of my junk. She still has it. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
She still has it in her hand, and she's holding it the entire time she's telling me what to do. She won't let go of it. And I'm just like, you want to let go of it now? This is a little bit.
Is it like a Trump handshake?
She
like
was
once
just
he makes
holding
contact,
it.
he's
She was just
not letting
holding
go.
it. I'm like, man, don't do that. Like I was just like, God, I just don't need one more embarrassing thing to go on in my life. I just told my boss I have herpes.
I need you to let go of my penis,
like an
man.
hour ago. Like this is living hell. Accident, medical, or other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
do outsource some of their spraying. So he was the son of the owners. The last time they came to spray, about 2 months ago, I'm outside smoking a cigarette. This van pulls up. I have no idea who the guy is, but you can tell it's like a work van. He's got the ladders and crap. And he pops out, looks at me, and just gets worked up, man. He's like, my man, what is going on? Now, keep in mind, they don't put the company name on the van. So I'm like, who is this guy? I've not called for anything. Starts talking to me. Knows my name. Well, it turns out he's part of the bug spray people.
Oh,
So he's there to spray the house. They're not intrusive. They're just on the outside of your house. But he had been a cab driver in town like 15 years ago and had taken me home. And he remembered this.
Oh, nice.
He didn't know.
Okay,
So he was just
cool.
pumped to see you.
Nothing about the show. Does not know me from Adam other than because he's like, do you remember me? I said, man, I'm sorry. I really don't. Just smiling the whole time. I used to drive a cab in Seattle. Again, I'm like, okay, man. He's like, no, man, I've given you a ride home before, blah, blah, blah.
Is that the guy that gets that used to take me to the airport and get me stoned?
Not that guy.
Okay.
That guy I remember.
Because I know
That dude-
Ted. I think he's taken you to the airport before.
Yeah, because he smokes a joint with us anytime.
Yeah, that guy's been in my apartment.
Oh,
All right. He's a decent guy.
well,
Yeah,
you just kept
yeah.
the weed smoking going.
Well, it was just like, it was like the end of a night. And I was like, how much longer are you working? He's like, I'm really not. I was like, you want to come inside and hit some bingers?
Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah.
Not
I
him.
remember that
The guy's
guy.
nice enough to give you a ride. Why
Oh,
not?
yeah.
Second year of college. Moved from a 3-bedroom
5
apartment.
stars, by the way.
Oh, yeah. High rating.
3-bedroom apartment with 5 guys in it into a big house. And this was a big, big house. And I think there were 7 of us living there that actually paid rent. And then we had 2 or 3 scragglers in and out all the time.
Inevitably.
They would sleep on the couch and everything else. We were probably there. We moved in kind of in the middle-ish of the summer, and then school started. All right. So I don't remember how long we were into the school year. It was either like a Tuesday or Wednesday night. It was not a partying night. It was around midnight or 12:30. And there's a banging on the door. And I will never forget this because I remember the chick's name. So this dude is banging on the door. Now there's a screen door, then there's a main door. He's banging on the screen door, which is louder because it's like aluminum, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I open the door. He's already got the screen door. He opens up the screen door and he starts walking into the house. And he's like, I'm just here for Jules. I'm going to go and check her out and see what's going on. I was like, Jules?
Do you know who this guy is?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. And he's like, no, man, she knows I'm coming over. And I was like, she does. This is also before cell phones. So
Yeah.
But he's hammered. And right when you open the door, there's a set of stairs that start going upstairs. He starts tromping up the steps. I'm like, dude, hey, where are you going? And he's got his hand on the handrail, and he turned the corner at the top of the steps. And I went in the living room. I'm like, guys, somebody just walked in the house.
Right.
I said, they just went upstairs. So my buddy Matt, he's like, I'll take care of this. So he goes up there, and I don't know what he said to him, whatever, but Matt starts walking the guy down the steps. And the guy's like, I just want to see Julie, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I promise you, man, there's no one named Julie who lives here. I swear to God, there's no Julie here. He leaves, whatever. We did see him out another night. Lo and behold, when the mail starts coming in, there was a woman who lived there named Julie.
For sure.
I'm sure she lived there the year before we did it,
Right.
like most college kids. You stay in a place for a year or two, and then you move on to something else. But he was absolutely adamant that she was there. He knew where her bedroom was. He marched right upstairs to go to it, which was actually Matt's bedroom.
It's also weird that he didn't think it was strange that going to quote unquote Julie's house, a man he does not know opens the door, and then another group of men are sitting in the
Well,
living
again, this is a house that 7 to 8 people can live in.
So there must have been a bunch of girls that lived there before.
It's a huge Victorian. Could be guys, could
Right.
be whatever. I mean, it's just a big ass house. And he walked in, man. He came down, and we're trying to convince him, like, man, whoever Julie is, she does not live here anymore, man. I swear to God, he's like, man, I'm sorry, man. I just, I
want to
know
get some butt.
I know this is the house, but I'm like, it could have been the house. We just don't have anybody. We don't have any female roommates.
Right.
So we just moved in, like a month ago. or
But
whatever.
Frank swings both ways. Give him a shot.
I mean, why not? But that was pretty big. He was hammered. We saw him out probably, I don't know, 6 months later, whatever. He had a very distinct look to him. And I was like, you're the guy that came into our house on Grand Avenue and walked upstairs looking for Julie. And he's like, man, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he
He's like,
remember?
I kind of remember that. And I was like, you walked up the steps, man. And then my buddy Matt, my roommate, went up there and he got you. And somehow he convinced you to come back downstairs. I don't know if he opened his door to show her, like, hey, if this is her room, look, I'm in here now, kind of thing. I don't know what the hell would happen. But he had a vague recollection of doing
Vague
this.
yeah.
A vague recollection.
That sounds about right, though.
But he was also like, yeah, man. He's like, you know what? That's nowhere near where I live. And I was like, well, yeah, okay. So what? I mean, I think you had to walk there on purpose, looking for her.
That is an ass call. For
that
sure.
night, for sure, you know. And he was like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't remember much of that night.
That's all good.
That's
man.
just muscle memory of like, this is where I used to
Absolutely.
hook up with Julie. I'm going over there.
Whoever Julie is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but she was one of those people that I then did the BMI or Columbia House 10 records for a penny deal.
Oh, you use her name?
Oh, if there was any kind of mail that came in with a name on it, there was not any of us. I absolutely signed up for 10 brand new CDs for a penny.
Thank you, Julie.
Or whatever the deal was. The more the names came in, the more I just kept sending it out.
Do you know anyone that actually paid off their Columbia House membership?
I did.
You actually paid it off?
I did when I lived at home with my parents.
Because it was what? You got like 12 CDs for a penny, and then once a month, they sent you like their CD of the month, but you still had to pay
It was either
$12 or something.
Well, it was either Spin or Rolling Stone. So I did one of those. But by the time you got the CD, it was about $18.95.
Right.
Which was, almost not double, but it was 40% markup on what you would normally
Sure.
get. Now, the problem with those companies were, not when you did it in a false name, but they would...
Much easier when you lied.
But they would send you the CD of the month. Mm-hmm. And you could not stop that.
Whether you wanted it or not.
You had to send that back.
Yeah.
So, like, for an example, Taylor Swift. That would probably be the one that you would get.
Guaranteed.
Within the next 2 or 3 months. Whatever was new, it wasn't necessarily in your genre. It was just like, this is the most, the Madonna or whatever it was that came out. That's what you would get. You would get the new Michael Bolton.
That was my issue with it. Like, I bought 12 records from you. All of them are rock. And then you have made the decision. Obviously, this guy likes rock. That is everything that he has selected. Let's send a Madonna. Like that. No.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah, that's
Well, whatever the most popular thing was.
No, I know. It's just funny. Like, Thrill's right. Like, all the genres. And it's like, I don't care what your genre is. If you're not a Michael Bolton, that's an odd one.
It would be Kenny G. Whatever they
Right,
whatever was selling, and they thought that people liked, they would send that out as your trial CD. Mm-hmm. But if you opened it, it was yours. Keep that in mind.
The whole thing.
You couldn't listen to it and go, I don't want this. I'm sending it back. Our question, who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
That's I've been in Texas over the weekend scream.
My voice is struggling. I don't even know if I can get up there right now. All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented writers helping come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A new study shows that 54% of adults think they should have their own Halloween night and a chance to celebrate Halloween without involving kids. The study brought to you by the Trojan Company.
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you dressed like a nurse tonight. Okay.
Amazon Web Services was hit by a massive outage that brought down major apps and websites like Fortnite, Snapchat, and Facebook. Everyone under 20 was like, not Fortnite. Everyone under 30 was like, not Snapchat. And everyone over 40 was like, not Facebook.
Foul.
That's foul.
Amazon Web Services was hit by a massive outage that brought down major apps and websites like Fortnite, Snapchat, and Facebook. Everyone under 20 was like, not Fortnite. Everyone under 30 was like, not Snapchat. And everyone over 40 was like, not Facebook.
The mayor of a town in South Carolina caught a loose spider monkey by enticing it with a hot cup of coffee.
KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Unwrapped acoustic holiday going down December 12th. Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. All-star lineup. Brent Smith and our buddy Zach Myers from Shinedown fame will be on stage, along with the Pretty Reckless, Daughtry, Hollywood Undead, and Mammoth. Now, the tickets are on sale now, but just announced today you can get unwrapped tickets for as low as $55.
That's right. We opened
All
up
the
more
details.
seats.
That's right. At KISW.com. Our question, accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen. Good afternoon.
Hola.
So, picture this. I'm a 13-year-old boy riding around on my Mongoose bike, having lots of fun. All of a sudden, this tiny little barky thing of a dog decides to jump out in front of me. Well, I'm not going to run it over as much as I probably should have because, well, I crashed my bike, and then my boys went into the handlebars.
And that's exactly what the dog was hoping would happen.
Yes, I know. It was a menace. We all hated it.
What kind of dog was it?
It was some sort of mixed, yappy little spawn of Satan.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
familiar with those. So is that the only time you racked yourself on a bike? Because that's one thing I never understood about boys and girls' bikes back in the day, right? The boys had the big bar.
Right.
And the girls did. And ladies, I understand a panty hamster can also get damaged. It's not that. It's just the point where when you were a young man riding a bike, your feet slip off pedals, whatever, right? But you always smashed your jewels on the bar. And for the life of me, as a child, I'm like, why is it here? I do it.
Right.
My
It
friends
seems like
do
it should be the reverse.
Absolutely,
The guy
man.
should have the extra room.
Or just,
everybody.
just get rid of it altogether. I never understood that. And I remember asking my father probably like the 15th time I'd crush my nuts on that thing. And he's like, I don't know.
No.
Like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Maybe the frame was more sturdy.
I know the frame
mean-
is more sturdy, but again, you're talking about a bike for kids that cannot possibly be over the age of like 10.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's just the way it was. There was a boys and a girls'
And a
bike.
girl's bike. Now they all seem pretty standard, but man, like everyone I knew, like all you did was smash your nuts on that thing. If you rode your bike, it was going to happen, inevitably.
Well, that and then like he's talking about a Mongoose bike, right? So I remember my brother had
Yeah.
one. It was like a massive deal.
Oh, they're huge.
And then remember you could put pegs on them. Mm-hmm. So we used to ride around. Sometimes you'd stand on those back pegs, but same thing. Like if the guy driving
Yeah, right.
stops
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything, like you're just
Screw it.
lined up with the seat.
God, it is so painful too, man.
Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
That's the first time my son saw me, got my nuts crushed. He headbutted me. He's like 3 years old. We're wrestling on the bed, all right? So inadvertently headbutts me, and I go down in flames. So I'm curled up, fetal position on the floor. I started on the bed, and so I can't explain it. Like this is not good enough. So I'm on the floor, and I remember his little head pokes over, and he's like, "Dad, are you okay?" And I said, "Dude, I'm fine. Listen," I said, "there's no way to explain what's going on, but as a guarantee in your life, you're going to find out." I forgot all about this. Fast forward about 5 years, playing basketball in gym class. I see him after school. I'm like, "How was your day?" And you can tell maybe some dried tears or something. How was your day, man? And he's like, "We were in gym class, and the basketball hit me in my privacy," which is what he used to call it. I'm like, "Oh, yeah?" I'm like, "What happened, man?" He's like, "I just dropped to the ground. Like, I couldn't control it." I said, "Okay, remember when you headbutted me?" And it all came back. He's like,
He remembered it.
"Yes." He's like, "That's what," because to him, it was traumatic. He'd never seen his dad collapse in pain. So I understand it. So it really stuck with him more than I thought it might. But it all came back to him. He's like, "Oh," I go, "Right." So I have good and bad news. The good news is now you know how to explain it. The bad news, and this is two parts. One, it will happen again, no matter what you do. And trust me, you're going to protect these things as best you can for the rest of your life. It's still going to happen. And no matter how old you get, the pain feels exactly the same.
Yeah. I don't think
this is not something you age out of and you're just like, "Oh, I'm tough now." I'm like, it feels exactly the frickin' same.
I shouldn't say this, but since we've been here
for Micah, bro,
20 years, I've not taken a shot. I've not taken a shot. I have not taken a shot down there.
The only one I've taken was from my kid. Seriously, in the 20 years we've been here, the only one I've taken, because you get older and a little wiser and a little less active, I guess, but was the inadvertent headbutt from a child, and I made a mental note of that. I played with them a little different after that, but other than that, it hasn't happened, and I plan to keep it that way.
Well, you talked about a penalty kick in soccer. How all the guys cover their junk. When we had the foul balls, the softball team going around playing, I'm a decent baseball player.
Sure.
I would not play the infield. I mean, just on the guard.
The thing just skipping off the ground.
Just to guard my body, just to make sure that I wouldn't take one to the nads. I was like, "All right, man, put me in right field. Put me left. I'm fine out there.
Right.
I do not need to get hit with a ball flying at 95 miles an hour. My head, my junk. Anywhere.
I'm not worried about my head. It was just a junk.
Well,
No, I mean, look, I'm with you, but I had to sit on the hot corner at third base every game because nobody else can field, and you're out in the outfield.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I didn't want to take that shot to the boys.
But I mean, between us and the guy that organized the team, we're probably the best fielders.
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
I will say, playing, and look, not everybody has the same equipment, but playing in pub league, right? I haven't done it for a little bit, but somebody went to clear a ball, and I was playing. This is soccer. It's half field, 7v7.
Yeah.
But I'm like the striker, so I'm up front, right? So they're trying to clear it. I'm kind of trying to put pressure on them, and they clear it. It goes straight to my junk, and I don't know what the sound was I let out, and then I'm just on the ground, curled up. You hear the ref blow the whistle real quick, and you can just hear people like, "Are you okay, man?"
Right.
Yeah. Give me a second. Right. And then I get up, kind of walk over to the sideline. I'm back down on one knee, and this one, because it's co-ed, all different shapes and sizes. And she just goes, I don't have one, but that looked like it hurt.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it hurt a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jared. Welcome to the men's room.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hola.
Hola. So, about a few years back, got out of a marriage. Took a couple years, got myself in shape before I hit the dating market again. Once I do so, one little time I'm taking a leak, and I go and I didn't tuck it all the way back in the flap, and I go to zip up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it yanks about 1.5 inches right up the top of the shaft.
Yep.
So when it goes to heal, it turns into about a $50 size scab. And I got about 7 partners on the roster at the time.
Damn.
And, hey, man, I was vicious. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to explain this because I got this gnarly looking scab dead center on the junk. And basically lights were off, all of it.
That was it. So you were still getting laid. You just made it a point to turn off the lights.
Yes, sir.
But didn't that break the scab? I zipped my junk once. I won't go through the whole story, but I didn't end up with a scab that big. But it does scab up. And then as a guy, there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to wake up with an erection, right? It's just what your body does in your sleep. But it would break it open every morning. Yeah, it was so annoying because I'm like, look, this is not, you tell kids, quit picking at a scab. Stop scratching the cut, right? You'll open it back up. I'm not doing any of this. Yeah. I am leaving my penis alone, which I am not known to do. But in this instance, I did. But every morning, this thing will rip back open, a little bit of blood again. The healing process sucks.
Yeah, and if you go to sleep with boxers on, then it ends up drying to the blood ends up drying to the boxers.
Yeah,
and then you gotta pull it back off, and it rips again. And it's just, but yeah, when I was zipping up, man, I'm not soft and gentle about it. I zip quick and get back to what I'm doing. So when I hit it, man, it was it went all the way. And then you got to unzip, and it was still stuck in there.
Yes.
I have to say the unzipping is worse than the zip because the zip you didn't anticipate. And no one zips.
Think about if you accidentally just zip your shirt in a jacket.
But no one.
How hard it is to get that zipper unstuck.
But nobody zips slowly. When you zip up your pants, you just zip up your pants. You're not thinking, oh, man, look out for my D. So when you do it, it's happened. By the time you feel the pain, the deal is done. But the problem is unzipping it. Now you know to anticipate the pain. And so you just stare at this thing for a good 45 seconds before you go it's like pulling the Band-Aid off, Dave.
Yeah.
You just got to here we go. And it sucks.
My buddy, right, I've told this story, but years ago we're in Baltimore, we're messing around. He was super strong. And you know how when you're in early 20s, you get drunk, you wrestle.
Yeah.
He picked me up from the back of my shorts and my underwear. How he did it, to this day, I don't know. But my underwear snapped. So then I just had these 2 scabs on the bottom,
on the inside of your thigh, underneath your
under the bottom of the satchel.
Yeah,
they were actually on the satchel.
Yes, so that's when I'd go into work, I couldn't sit, walking around it was fine, but if you tried to sit down, you had to adjust, and sit down because it hurt so bad.
Did the temperature affect? Because we're talking about you wake up with an erection and it reopens whatever cut you got, right? So if you go from hot to cold. Right, your satchel's bouncing up and down depending on the temperature. You get in the shower and suddenly, they're 8 inches longer than they were. Did that break it open?
I can't. The main thing I remember is you ever had a little patch of road rash or something?
Yeah.
Right, because there's so much pressure, this underwear just snaps. So it was like that. So once they had scabbed up, it was okay. But the first couple of days was awful.
I just remembered twice in the last 20 years.
That you got?
That I have.
All right.
So typically only ride
How do you forget?
Because for whatever reason, it just triggered my brain.
You try not to think about it.
Well,
that's true.
It's in the summertime. It's when I normally ride my scooter.
Yeah.
I hit a pothole, and my boys must have been on the seat. And it also happened to me on the bus. You just don't think
on
about
the bus.
Well, they're down on the seat,
right?
So the bus hits a bump, and it just goes ding to ding, and you're like,
"Did you make any noise?"
I mean, it's that silent scream of the pain is so bad you can't even get a scream out. It's almost like you're inhaling as you do it. Accident, medical or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK. I remember because I was just like, I just got to play it cool because it's a packed bus. I'm wondering, like, plus you can't really man spread when it's a packed bus. So I got my legs real close together, so it ding. You're like, Jesus, God.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Ahoy!
Hola!
Hey, real quick, can you guys hear me? I got you in my headphones.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. So, what happened to my downstairs area was I was on my mountain bike, and I went off a pretty big jump and was going way too fast, landed, and went over the handlebars just like the previous caller. But my handlebars turned sideways, and they ripped my satchel open.
So you're basically what you're saying is your wheel turned 90 degrees. You now have the handlebar pointed straight at your junk.
Yep, it ripped it open. I crashed and burned, and I just looked down, and I got shorts on.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Oh, now we lost you.
And he's fading. I think we got the gist. How old did he say he was when he did that? Anyone catch?
Well, the weird thing, I had a vasectomy, so I've seen what the inside looks like.
Yeah, but at least that's surgically.
It doesn't change the trauma.
It doesn't change the trauma.
It doesn't change what your mind is thinking.
Sure, but at least you knew what you were getting into.
God.
I've seen behind the curtain.
Yes.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
And you can really see in there. I mean, you can see everything.
Does it look what we pretty much expect? Or, like, what surprised you most when you looked at it and say, this is the inside of my...
Did you see the twins in there?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see Mr. Peanut?
Because you got to remember, they're taking the vas deferens on the bottom end.
Right.
And then they cut it, and then they either cauterize it or they tie it.
Oh, no.
So in my instance, they tied it. So they pull in from the bottom, which is no pain at all. What you need to know about your boys is that from the bottom side of it, there is no nerve pain. It's all coming. That's why it feels like it's going up into your stomach.
Yeah.
Now, when they pull the top down,
hello,
that's when you go, oh God, and you feel the same feeling as if you got racked.
Yeah,
but you don't feel it from the bottom end at all.
No, that's why you can pinch the purse and it doesn't do anything.
Correct. But it's
Pinch
all
the purse.
It's all coming, but all that stuff just feels like it's like a super highway into your stomach.
That explains it. Because you're right. You get hit in the balls and inevitably, like you're holding your stomach.
Yeah.
You rarely hold your actual joint.
No, you're not worried about the downstairs. You're worried about your gut.
Yeah.
At that point.
I definitely have puked before doing it.
And just getting hit that hard.
Well, yeah, like in football, you're not really supposed to knock over the center on a punt.
Yeah.
It's kind of cheap and you shouldn't do it. So I was doing it at practice, having fun.
Being a D.
Basically. And the center finally just was smart enough as I was going over him to tug me down and put his knee up.
Oh!
Yeah, I just stood up and puked. It was, and I was like, and even the coach was like, "You've done it 5 times in a row.
You earned it.
Nobody feels bad for you."
Accident, medical, or other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
You know, Mike. Now that I say that out loud, I was just being a D to be a D.
Yeah,
it's the football field, man. That's what you do.
Hello, Travis. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Love you guys. Anyway, so my story is, I guess it's the gift that kept on giving my whole life. But I was 10 years old, and I was playing chicken out on the playground. And a lot of people play that from the monkey bars, hanging. We played it from a balancing beam, standing on top of said beam. And, I lost, and I went and went down, as you can imagine, and actually had to have one removed.
What?
And have been out and have had many stories bred from that situation.
At 10 years old.
10 years old.
Now,
yeah,
how
I wasn't
long
that attached to it.
Was that more traumatic or less traumatic? Because you know you have one, you know you care about it, but you don't know
its special
you
purpose.
don't know everything that
Yes.
it's capable of yet. So
100%. That's exactly what I tell people. Actually, is like I wasn't that attached to it yet. It wasn't that big of a deal to me at that time. I didn't realize until really high school that, having just...
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're a kid, you just say, hey, you might as well cut your arm. You go, oh, my God, this thing happened. As an adult, you're like, no. It is so much more than the physical part. Now.
Is one side of your boys down there looking like a flappy piece of chicken skin?
I think they did a pretty good job.
Did they put in a fake ping pong ball or anything?
The other one, is grown. Yeah, the other one, though, like basically took the place, I guess, of the other one. So, I don't have to have, testosterone replacement or anything.
Now, let me ask you this, though. So, you're 10 years old, you hit the balance beam. Obviously, you've crushed your satchel. How long does it take for people to reach the conclusion that you need to go to the hospital? Because you guys get hit in the junk all the time. So, how long were they like, oh, my God, man?
There was it was a long time in the nurse's office. I remember them arguing amongst themselves as to, I just wanted to take my pants down and show them what was wrong.
Look at it. So wait, did they not let you do that?
Correct. Not at first. Yeah.
Okay.
It took quite a few minutes to get to that point, and then immediately at that point it was like, call an ambulance.
Oh, damn. So as soon you had to convince them to let them actually look, and then as soon as you showed them the evidence, you're like, dear God, get this boy an ambulance.
There's something.
I wasn't convincing them, or anything, but they were physically stopping me. I was just trying to just.
Sure, that's a bad look.
Yeah, I don't care. Just look.
But what did it look like that day? I mean, was it swollen? Was it bleeding? Was something blowing out of there, or what?
Yeah, it was basically ruptured. At that point, it was swollen, and yeah.
When you hurt yourself down there, I had a bad situation. So I don't know what was in my ass. I decided I was going to take CrossFit. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is probably about it wasn't a big. But I'm doing things I normally don't do. So there's this thing called dumbbell lunges. Okay. And you put your foot farther forward as far as you can. You lunge down on that. You pick yourself up. You take another step. You do it again.
Right.
I felt a pop, and I was like, "What is that?" I had also had a vasectomy. What ended up happening was, my vas deferens, where that suture point was, separated. Okay, I didn't know if I popped a hernia. I didn't know what I did. I didn't understand. I just knew something down there exploded. Right. So I go to the doctor and they tie that thing back up, which is not good because I basically had to have a surgery on this thing.
How long did it take them to figure out that that's what had happened? Because you go in to say, what, something popped in my penis.
They were going to open it up and look in there because the swelling was so bad. They also needed to drain the swelling. But I came to work the next day, okay? Idiot. And I got this just purple baseball.
It was jet black.
And I could not show. I could not show. I showed everybody.
I was the only one that didn't see that because I remember.
I just walked in their castle. Look at this, man.
But it was already out. That's the thing. When you turn to look what you're saying,
you didn't have a choice.
There's this jet black massive testicle.
Check this out. Can you believe this?
No.
That's what it was. I remember I came in. It had to be on my late day because I came in and everybody was talking about how they had seen Miles' testicles.
Yeah. You're not piecing together what's going on.
Because you had clearly.
But they did the procedure.
No
I swear to God,
whatsoever.
They did that procedure, and I swear to God, about 45 seconds.
Really?
It was.
Look at this.
It was fast. I was like, I thought it was going to be in there for hours.
Dude, look at my sack.
Open it up.
Jesus, man.
I told you, man. I was like, look at this thing.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
That's my lunch is sitting on my desk.
It was nasty. Cool. It was a meatball sub.
You got a rotten egg.
A meatball sub from Razzie. Accident, medical, or other would happen to your downstairs area. 206-803-ROCK.
Wow. Imagine living in a town with so many loose spider monkeys that you know how they take their coffee.
I'll say Fallon again.
Fallon.
Myers.
The mayor of a town in South Carolina recently caught a loose spider monkey by enticing it with a hot cup of coffee. Wow, imagine living in a town with so many loose spider monkeys that you know how they take their coffee.
A group of thieves broke into the Louvre.
Louvre. Ignore the R, bro.
All right. A group of thieves broke into the Louvre and stole priceless Napoleonic-era jewels and a 7-minute daytime heist. It's not good when the deodorant at CVS has better security than the Louvre.
Foul.
Go back.
That's foul.
A group of thieves broke into the Louvre and stole priceless Napoleon-era jewels in a 7-minute daytime heist. It's not good when the deodorant at CVS has better security than the Louvre.
He's not kidding. I was in there this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want anything, you got to press the button.
Razors, deodorant.
You might as well just grab an employee and go, can we walk around together?
Right.
I mean, right when you walk in, can I just get a personal shopping assistant? Because everything I'm going to need is not where I can grab it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've definitely been in a grocery store with like the flu or cold, like all stuffed up. And just standing there, you press the button, nobody shows, and just like the guy's like, "Do you need help?" It's like, "Oh, I don't need the cold medicine, man. I'm dying here."
Yeah. 45 minutes today. 45 minutes in CVS.
Thanks, meth heads. Obviously, the big story going around Seattle would be last night. One of the biggest. Sorry, Mike. I got to talk about it. All right.
Oh, I know.
First of all, I hate to say this because people in Seattle are so sick and tired of the Mariners not making a World Series, but it was an amazing season. It was a crazy run. I mean, look, as you know, I wasn't here, right? I was in Austin, Texas on Friday, right? And we were going to run out to the track to watch, not important, but it's the F1, it's a weekend long.
Yeah.
But that game was coming on, right? And I took a nap after my red eye. I meet my buddies at a bar. And by the end of that evening, right, you go into all that extra innings and stuff. I mean, we had a bar of 30 to 40 people cheering for the Mariners. It's not even a sports bar.
Right.
Like to the point where they're like, hey, we are going to have a DJ later. And we're like, just keep it on that big screen. But I mean, even those people were like, this is electric. You guys have never been? We're like, no, Mariners never been. We're going to do this and that. And
meanwhile, in Texas, they're reigning World Series champions.
Right.
Yeah. And then just, even just like I was down there like Sunday after the race, then it's like, all right, we're going to go watch Game 6. That went bad.
Yes,
right?
It did.
And I mean, when they lost Game 6, I pretty much was like, this is a wrap. But you keep the spirit going, and
yeah, it's not done.
Shout out to Southwest Internet. I was watching the game on a plane. Like it just sucked.
Ooh, do they have seating, assigned seating yet?
They do not.
Okay, because they kept saying they were going to do it.
When does that happen? Because their commercials are that we have assigned seating. Now, you were just on this plane this weekend.
It was still the group stuff, and you line up.
All right. How'd you do with your
This
seat?
is why I don't fly Southwest. It's too complicated for me. I'm stupid.
Well, here's the deal, Miles, is that it's really not. I found out this time it's not that hard if you're not, and I mean this for both of us. I generally don't show up to the gate till right before you have to.
Yeah.
So for a change, I was like, I'm going to get my ass there early and not just hang out in the bar. So then when you sit by like, I was lucky I had Group B.
Yeah.
So I still found like an aisle or a window.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. You got to line up.
Yeah, see, I don't do that. That's my issue.
But it was cool. And then you had the Seahawks playing as well. Just, Mike, I know you're super pissed off today, but that's got to be one of the bigger nights in Seattle sports history, having a Game 7.
Yeah, it was the greatest game that we have seen. It is the furthest that we've ever seen the Mariners go. Yes, we have never made it to Game 7.
I know everyone's disappointed the Mariners didn't go, myself included. It kind of sucks, but and it doesn't matter the sport to me. I believe this to be true, and I've tried to explain this to my son when it comes to football. I said, look, man, the way I see things, you win or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter the sport, there's only one fan base that is happy.
Yeah,
right. There's one.
Well, you can't have two number ones. That's 11. That don't make sense.
Well, also,
so you didn't make it. You went as close as you can get, and it is bitterly disappointing. That's understood. But it's like, look, at the end of the season, there's only one fan base that has anything to celebrate. Because losing the World Series to me, you might as well have not won a game all season.
It's worse.
Didn't
I think it's
achieve
worse.
your goal. So what?
That's what I was saying. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. You're playing a team with a payroll that's twice as much as yours. If you make it to the World Series. You got a pitcher that hits 3 home runs and strikes out 10 people. It's already over. And I'm sorry. Like I wanted the Mariners to go. I've been rooting for them for 20 freaking years. But this particular season, against that Dodgers team, who've been to 5 in the last 8 years, with that kind of payroll, which is unheard of in baseball, it's almost not even fair for any team. Any team,
I agree.
For any team.
And look, Dodgers fans were going nuts Fridays. They were playing too.
Sure.
And that was like the joke. We were like, "Well, it's a buzzsaw sitting there," but.
Somewhere in a parking lot, some kid picked up a baseball underneath a tire, and it was Otani's 468-foot smash. He didn't even know. He just thought someone was playing around the parking lot, doing a pitch before the game.
I am with Miles. That's always the argument. Me and my brother have had it for years. Is it better to lose a close game or a blowout? I'd rather get blown out. You lose those close games, and it's like
it's heartbreaking.
Right? It's like
the blowout's easier to swallow.
No, because you've had more time to, like, you know when you're going to get blown out. Right. And you go, guys, this is where we're at, man. Yeah.
I was saying it all over the place. You know, I said it at the beginning of the season and seasons before, like, I just want another divisional title. I just want another banner that's hung up in that stadium.
You got it.
And we got that, absolutely. But the problem is that they kept going. They kept doing well. They kept making me believe. And then when they took the 2-game lead here in the ALCS, 2-0, I was like, okay, shoot, show me, guys. Well, look, if we had lost that series in Game 6, that would have sucked. But you know what? Hey, we got another banner. Had a really great little stint there, but then all of a sudden Toronto showed up
There's a lot to look forward to.
We had 8 outs to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, it is.
I'm going to say it. They should not have pulled Woo.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's all.
I agree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. I think Woo feels that way.
Yeah, Woo's going to tell you.
And woo.
Well, also, when you get as deep as they had, and look, that bullpen did a great job in the playoffs, but it had been taxing, right? Like, you had already been through a few of these games.
They're exhausted.
I know Woo, at this point, he doesn't care. He'll rip that muscle apart. But also, it's like, there was a risk factor of, like, he could really, mess up
really,
his whole, so...
Yep.
It's a tough thing, and nobody wants to hear it. It was a great season, but I think it's just more heartbreaking. I mean, even as heartbreaking as that second Super Bowl loss is for the Seahawks, it's like, all right, it didn't start a dynasty, but there's some like,
but you had one.
You had one the year before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was also amazing to watch how quiet the Seahawks game got after that.
Oh, yeah.
People were kind of filing out. It wasn't the Seahawks had a pretty decent sized lead. It is a late Monday night game. I think people were just emotionally spent.
Yeah.
Because you looked at that stadium, you're like, this is not loud.
Right.
They were talking about how loud it can be.
It was earlier.
It was earlier in the game.
It sounded like there was points of that game, and credit to Seahawks fans, the defense looked really good.
Jesus, man.
The offense, like, they tried to give that game away with some of those turnovers, but it did. There was periods where I was like, all right, that sounds like the way Lumen should, with the defense being dangerous, being fast, twitchy, and then people just going nuts.
I couldn't watch the Seahawks game because I was so just... My stomach was churning because of the loss from the Mariners. I turned on the Seahawks game, and all they could talk about is, look at this sad Mariners fan inside of the Seattle Stadium. Look at here's the score. Here's the replay of when Julio swung after one that he didn't have. They just lost. Look at this sad fan over here. Like, I'm going to bed. I can't do it. I can't
and the weird
do it.
thing, the crazy thing is I think for all the adults, if you've lived here your whole life, right? We've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
It's crushing. But also, that run was so exciting.
Huge.
There will be a whole generation of kids somewhere between 5 and 15 that now are baseball fans because they watched this run.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
so it
absolutely.
is, it's kind of crazy.
Also, the Seahawks are 5-2. The defense looks studly.
You're welcome.
They look really, really, really good. If there's hope for something, it's a really good Seahawks season.
Absolutely.
So at least that's on the horizon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I mean, the Hawks are getting it done.
I mean, it's not like we got to watch the frickin' Ravens. You want to talk about painful? You just want to stab yourself.
At this point, it's comedy.
Part of me just thinks, man, maybe that McDonald guy really knows what he's doing.
Somebody asked me the other day, do you guys, as a Ravens fan, he goes, do you guys miss Mike McDonald? I was like, yes!
Yes. And 99 is a frickin' beast.
Like, look at the Seahawks defense and look at your defense.
That's all you got to do.
Yes! Thanks, Mike McDonald, for nothing.
0.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Our question, accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Uh-oh. Cheyenne?
Hello, Cheyenne. Hello, Cheyenne.
Oh, sorry. Yes, my phone just connected to my car. So, back in the day when they sold trampolines without the netting,
Yep.
I was jumping, with my friends and everything, and I aimed a little too far off to the edge and had a bar land right between my legs.
Ooh. How much damage does that do, aside from the pain?
Well, taking a look down there, it was a good few purple spots, and it hurt to pee.
How long did that last?
Oh, a good solid 3 weeks for it to actually fully heal.
Damn.
Okay.
Did you get on a trampoline again?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't let it, deter me from it, but it was definitely painful.
We had a different kind of injury, but my buddy's younger sister, one of her friends, they were jumping on the trampoline. They have the springs on the side.
Yeah.
And she stepped on the spring when she came down.
All right.
But her other foot was still on the canvas pad of the tarp pad. And it opened up the spring and grabbed the bottom of her foot.
Yep.
And ripped the chunk out of the bottom of her foot. And I mean, you want to talk about... I can't imagine the pain of having a piece of the lower portion of your foot basically just ripped out with pliers, which was essentially what happened to her.
I'm curious to know, in what year did they start covering the springs with pads, right? Because, again, when we were growing up, no springs. My kids had a trampoline for a while, and it definitely had all the padding, right? So I felt better about that. They still hurt themselves because inevitably, whatever you tell them not to do on a trampoline is what they're going to do. So more than likely, it was a headbutt, the midair headbutts. And you could always tell because you hear the kids screaming right through the window, and then there's dead silence. Kind of peek out the window, it's two dudes holding her face.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to check on them.
Look, man,
I know exactly what happened.
That or where you try to flip. Like, I remember once, like, somehow my head got stuck in the trampoline, but, like, my body was still flipping over, and it's just like, that hurt.
I told you, I walked into a party with getting pizzas for a birthday party. And I walk in, and as soon as I walk in this birthday party, it was one of those bouncy rooms.
Yeah.
Kind of where near your mom used to live in Columbia.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this kid's face is just covered in blood. I don't know what the hell happened, man. I mean, it was like raining blood down her face, and all the kids are freaking out and everything else. I mean, if you look at it, it looks like a safe area to play. But whatever happened to her...
Once you launch, look, you can cover... You can do anything you want, but inevitably, put kids on a trampoline. Something's going to go wrong. It is inevitable.
Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
The one I've seen most recently, especially with the netting around them, is people getting their hair caught.
Had that once.
Zipper.
Had that once. That was easy enough to solve. Once an adult showed up. Because kids is panic. I'm like, guys, you got to unzip her hair. Like, it's going to hurt. I'm like, well, then she can die here.
I mean, my buddy's daughter, her hair got caught in it, but, like, we're outside. Me and somebody else are kind of in charge of these kids at this point.
Kind of in charge, yeah.
But there's also, like, a big football game happening. So
attention a little diverted.
Right. I couldn't get it out without her screaming. So I took my keys and just
cut it.
Just cut it. I told my buddy, he's like, yeah, that's what I would have done too. Don't sweat it.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Like, she's sick. She doesn't care.
Especially if you're talking guy to guy. Like, yeah what else are we going to do? Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Yeah, about 8 years ago, me and the wife, we were going to town in the bedroom. And she was downstairs doing her thing. And out of nowhere, I don't know what was going through her head, but she ended up deciding to gorilla grip my penis. And felt it pop. Instant erection's gone. And it was just throbbing pain. She ended up breaking all the blood vessels in my penis.
Oh, my God.
Good God, man.
Are you still with this woman?
Yeah, we got 2 kids together and everything.
All right, okay. So she learned to be more gentle, I guess?
The gorilla grip. Good God, man. So did you have to...
she I don't know what it was. Tarzan, I don't know what it was. It was just insane. And that later that night, I couldn't go to bed, and it was just throbbing, and I just ended up going to the emergency room, or I ended up going to work, and it was rubbing against my jeans, and it was like, I cannot do this anymore. So went to the emergency room, doctor checked it out, and he had like 2 other people in there looking at it, and
cool.
He was like flopping it around, and I'm like, am I going to be good? And he's like, yeah, you just can't have sex for a couple weeks, but yeah, it was bad. It swelled up about twice the size.
All right, I got 2 questions for you. One, how long did you make it through work before you finally said, I got to go to see a doctor?
30 minutes.
All right, and did you explain to the doctor what happened?
Yeah, I just wanted it fixed.
Sure. Yeah. Did your wife feel bad?
Yeah, she felt bad, but you know, what do you do? It was just kind of crazy.
Now, assuming that you continue to have relations with your wife, does it cross your mind? Anytime you're about to hop in the sack, like, I hate to revisit this, but my brain goes there every time.
Easy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she gets a good laugh out of it.
Is she a big, strong woman? I try to envision. It's like
a big, strong
Is she the kind like you don't say anything about what's for dinner? I mean, you just keep your mouth shut?
No, she's quiet, but she used to play softball in high school.
So she's got a grip, dude. Yeah, without a doubt.
She's got a grip.
Right. Okay.
Got that softball grip.
Brenda, please.
Softball high school. Damn.
Accident medical other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, he doesn't ask you to do much. When he finishes a can, she crushes it for him.
I got this, honey. Don't mess with Tammy.
Right.
She got that softball grip.
She gets all the toothpaste out of the tube.
Yeah, exactly. They save a lot of money.
She's sitting there on the couch working a bucket of rice.
You horny? I am.
Baseball people will get that.
Makes her own orange juice.
Yeah.
She squeezes it.
Doesn't need a nutcracker.
No.
She's not allowed to hold small animals.
Don't let her hold them like Lenny from
Mice and Men.
Mice and Men.
That's exactly what I was
hold
thinking
it, but oh my God, she killed the puppy. She can't help herself.
Not again.
Got that softball grip.
Accident medical or other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, look out there, honey. There's the rabbits.
Yeah.
She says she plays Got Your Nose, and she means it.
And she means it, yeah. Start calling your wife Lenny. See if she gets it. Hello, Reed. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, this takes time. Like back in 2010, this was 15 years ago. I used to clean up a lot better, Manscaped some more, and I ended up getting like a ingrown hair that went abscessed.
Oh,
and I went to work out of town in Hawaii, and the humidity just hit me, and it got so bad I couldn't walk. They had to take me to the ER, and they checked it out, and they said they're trying to get me to sit down. I said I can't sit down; it hurts too much. They rushed me into the room, and not too fast, but get me in there, and they see you got abscess on the back of your leg and one on your scrotal area. So they look at the one on the back of the leg, and then say, yeah, that's abscessed, and let's see this one on your scrotal area. So I roll over, and he says, he looks, and let me get somebody else. And he goes out and gets somebody else, and another person comes in, and they're looking at it. And they go get another person, and they come back, and then they're looking at it. So there's like 4 people looking at this thing, and it hurts. And they end up cutting the one on the back of my leg, but they can't do the one on my scrotal area. They end up ultrasounding it, and I'm getting ultrasound by this mean old Russian lady, and every time she rubs the ultrasound over it, it just hurting pain. Pow! Every time. Pow! That's my story.
So how did that?
Yeah.
So did it
what
work?
did they do?
Did it work its way out?
They gave me antibiotics. They couldn't cut it open. They were worried about infection, like rotting the abdomen and all my intestines falling out through my abdomen. So they just gave me antibiotics and
Jesus.
I had to wait for a week, and I couldn't walk, so I had to pull a sock over my nuts, so it wouldn't rub against my leg and my pants. So I didn't know why. But on painkillers and antibiotics with socks over my nuts, walking around.
Do you explain to anyone what has gone on, or are you just trying to keep
an unusual
this to
bathing
yourself?
suit?
Oh, no. Everybody at work knew it. They were laughing. They had a great time. They were laughing about it.
Hey, I did a little self-surgery when I was probably 21, 22. I had a huge bump on the back of my thigh.
All right.
And it was the same way. It kind of looked like a zip, but it wasn't going to be. I didn't know what the hell it was. So at one point in time, I'm like, the hell with it. I got a razor blade, and I just sliced it.
Yeah.
And I popped this thing, and it's like this little black thing comes out. And I start pulling it. The hair that was ingrown in the back of my thigh,
yeah.
I swear to God, was at least 12 inches long.
Yeah.
It was all inside there. But I kept pulling and pulling and pulling. It was like a clown scarf.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God. And then when it came out, all the pain went away. No problems anymore. But I could not believe that hair had to have been growing inside of my skin for years.
I don't know how that works, man. I've had one ingrown hair popped for me. I was like 18. It's my first girlfriend. And I don't know what it is about women. Like, they go back to their primate state where they want to groom you. You know what I mean? If there's a zit, they're going to pop it, right? So, like, she's rubbing my back, and I knew something on my back was very sensitive and hurt. I just figured it was a zit. I can't see it, right? So she's like, I think it's an ingrown hair, which I'd heard of. But I'm like, It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, she worked this thing. It hurt like a bitch. But finally, she pops this thing. And I hear she's very excited, but she's also going like, ooh. Like, what? And she's like, it's an ingrown hair. And like you said, it's weird. I can't see it, but I can feel it being removed from my body.
Being tugged on.
But you still don't really know what it is. And she showed me this thing. It was all red, and it's covered in stuff too, but it's all sitting in the palm of her hand. And like you said, it looked like a dreadlock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all of that grew under my skin. She's like, that's why it hurt, dummy. I'm like, no, it makes sense. I figured an ingrown hair was the size of an eyelash, and that was it.
Or something, just underneath the skin.
It is not
I just
like
didn't
that
realize
at
it could
all.
be for years.
It's gross, man.
Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
But I can't grow hair on top of my head.
No. Yeah.
But I can grow it on my back. Cool. Hello, Chase. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So my story is I was with one of my buddies, and they're moving out of their apartments, and I'm helping them move stuff in and out of the apartment into his truck. And I was driving with my wife's car earlier that day, so I had the keys in my pocket. Well, her dad decided to give her some pepper spray and mace on her keychain.
Oh, no.
And as I'm moving stuff in and out, it's washing, so it's wet. So I'm like feeling water. I'm like, maybe some water in his truck. It's just getting on my pant leg, and you can see a wet spot. No big deal. So I keep on moving, and sooner or later, I'm kind of getting a little itchy, a little burning, started doing a little pinch and twist to try to make it go away, and it just goes from there. It gets extreme. So I run inside real quick, go check it out, and drop trowel, and there's a giant orange spot covering my pocket, my underwear, and the boys. So I try to call my wife, tell her, hey, man, that stuff went off, and the stuff your dad gave me, I can't get it off.
I pepper sprayed my penis.
Oh, it's just burning. It most burn, like someone just put straight holes on my boys and the twigs and berries. So I'm dumping soap, Dawn, milk, anything I can think of, just scrub all this stuff.
That's what I would do.
I
think
milk.
water makes it worse.
Water makes it worse because it actually spreads the stuff around. So milk, I don't know why it works, but in my experience, mine was jalapeno peppers, not pepper spray. Ooh. But the milk, dude, you had pepper spray. I had jalapeno peppers. There's a world of difference between the two. But milk worked for me. I just happened to be at the restaurant I was working at. But what did you finally do, or did you just have to grin and bear it?
Oh, I just kept scrubbing. I went through like a gallon of milk, and I probably went through a whole tube of freaking Dawn soap, and it still, after a while, it still kept burning. So I just had peas and on my boys.
Well, you do notice that in the Dawn dish detergent commercials, it's two ducks, not a penis.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to remove oil, and I guess that oil is different than regular oil. But yeah, it stayed on for a good hour, super burn. And then it lasts another 2 hours after that, just constant thigh burn, I got a sunburn on it.
Yeah, we call that the reminder burn.
I mean, that Blue Dawn is the way to go, though.
You would use over milk?
I mean, I don't know. He's right. Man. They use it on oil slick to animals.
They do. My thing with the milk, and look, I don't know. So with the Dawn, you're right, you have to scrub, but I feel like if my junk is in that condition, the last thing I want to do is scrub it.
Well, it's not supposed to be that concentrated in one area either.
But
it's supposed
to
be an airborne thing.
Right. No, he took it straight to the man noggin. But with the milk, I literally just dropped my junk in a glass of milk and stood there for 30 seconds. It's a very humiliating look. Luckily, no one was in the walk-in with me. But you're just standing there with your D, sitting in a glass of milk. But it did pull the pain away.
You should have floured it and deep fried it. Drudge it.
Just walk back into the kitchen.
And then drudged it, he would have felt like us.
Yes. Delicious. Accident, medical, or other would happen to your downstairs area. 206-803-ROCK.
I do oddly kind of want to do that, though.
Put your D in some milk?
Yeah.
I mean, look, this is going to sound ridiculous. I needed it for the relief. It is not just some weird fetish like Ted has and wants to give it a shot. However,
I don't know if I have it.
I will say, I think it would be quite refreshing. I mean, I don't mean that. Just my one experience. Like I said, my penis is on fire from jalapenos. Fine. Goes to the milk. I was cutting jalapenos with no gloves on, but I was cutting a ton of them for a catering event. Went to the bathroom, touched junk to aim.
Jalapenos.
And I had jalapenos. And but the milk worked. But even after the milk kind of sucked away the burn, it's I maybe gave it another 5 seconds. Before it just seemed weird.
I could run across the street and grab a little thing of milk real quick if we really want to.
Can you get them like the little twist off cap? You can just drop it straight in.
It'll be expired. Accident, medical, other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Well, there's no way I'm drinking this milk.
You know what you do? Put it in.
That's the dare.
Chocolate milk, and then put that chocolate milk back in that fridge to see. Because look, everyone here.
Because I'll forget and drink it.
Okay, but that's okay. Because the point is, everyone gets mad if you eat someone's crap out of the fridge, as they should, and a lot of people take to labeling it. Don't label it. Just stick it in there. See if someone drinks it. Because it's not like they're going to know. And then you can say after the fact and an all email Seattle users, by the way, don't eat or drink things in the fridge that aren't yours. Incidentally, whoever drank the chocolate milk, I'm a penis.
How did you describe that milk? It had lost its way, or what was your terminology for that milk just being in there?
It lost its way.
It snuck out of someone else's fridge, or
yeah, you said somebody lost their milk.
That's someone lost their milk.
My understanding is that box, which I got to take. I have a tea that's sitting in there. I need to take out of there.
That's mine.
No, the green one.
That's
you get
mine.
the white label.
No, I know. I bought the green one. That's mine.
Now you, Jesus.
I just bought that yesterday.
Apparently, Miles is just.
Were you going to
buying
drink that one? Did you drink that one? You already drank my tea?
No, but I was about to in about 10 minutes.
Jesus Christ. That's where I put my ass. It's the same spot.
You've been just chugging my tea.
God damn it.
Well, there's a green tea.
I just got it. It's that with two Diet Dr. Peppers just sitting right beside each other.
Yeah, he didn't want the Dr. Pepper.
I'm going to start labeling my crap now.
Yeah, because I didn't buy one of those teas today. I just got a Lipton. So I was like, oh, I already got one in there. I'm good to go.
Take it.
But it used to
Just
be.
take it.
My impression,
Just take it.
if it goes in that box.
I'm going to find another spot in the refrigerator.
Did you dip your tea in it?
If I put another plate, nobody puts it in the top left. I am now.
That's where I put my lunchbox.
Yes.
Yeah, that box I thought was free game. All right. Apparently
you know
it's
what,
not.
to his credit, like if
usually
Castle
was.
gets like 6-packs or something like that, they go in that box. It's like, hey, there's beer in the fridge. That's where they are.
But he also tells us that.
He does.
He also specifically says.
But also, if you leave stuff in there too long, eventually he'll move it to that box, and it's like free game.
That's true. That is true.
So, yes, I thought
So I got to get my stuff out of the free game box.
Before Ted drinks it.
Before I drink
The Ted penalty box.
Okay.
Well, and usually,
Ted's already established. If you put it in there, I'm going to
drink it.
But usually you buy the white label tea, not the green
I buy
one.
the brown, the white, and the green.
Damn it! Either way, you didn't buy it. Just a heads up, I think I have drank some of your teas.
Damn it. Accident, medical, or other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So these are the small habits that actually reveal a lot about your personality. It's all about the little things at the end of the day, you know, because I wanted to basically see what little ticks people are seeing that basically that just speak it all out loud. So they start the list with constantly checking your reflection. So do you often find yourself checking your makeup or on your camera app, smoothing your pants, readjusting your jewelry, looking at your outfit? People who are overly aware of their clothes and body are constantly adjusting things. They come across as perfectionist, nervous, unconfident. Worse, they may be perceived as insecure, narcissistic, and unhappy if it happens all the time. Those who take body checking to the extreme may suffer from low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, and eating disorders.
I take it as you're a 13-year-old boy because my son and every one of his friends are so worried about their hair all the time.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
The hair is a major thing.
All of them, but it's constant. Like if you're in a room with them, right, you can be talking to them about anything. They will be attentive. They're smart young men, but 50% of them at any given time they're kind of reshuffling their hair, and not like scratching their head. I mean, like there's, I don't know, whatever position they believe their hair should be in. It is constant.
Hey, gotta
all
be
the
on point
parents
all the
are
time.
like, it is weird, man.
Well, when I was that age, I had a comb in my pocket.
There you go.
You know what? It's kind of the equivalent,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And
I
then-
don't
Because
have
that's
that
going to get me
problem.
girls.
And then after a while,
He's got great hair.
Yeah.
We all have hair when we're 12.
Right.
Hopefully.
I had bad hair when I was 12.
How do you have bad hair? Well, bad haircuts or just bad hair?
Well, bad haircuts. But also, my hair has always been thin. I have never had good, lush hair.
Do you have any pictures of you at 12? I just want to laugh at you. We both know this. I'm not even going to lie to you about it.
I can probably
just
look
want to
at it.
make fun
It's
of you.
not like I had a Caesar ring at 12, but I mean, if you look at it compared
You had
to
the
how
I have hair
now,
equivalent?
That's right.
I think my second 8th grade year was the coolest hair I ever had. And then one practice into freshman football, I buzzed it the next day, and then always kept it pretty short.
That was it.
That was kind of it. Yeah,
All right.
I thought you remember like you'd shave up underneath it and it'd like split it down the middle.
Uh-huh.
But at 14, that was a cool haircut.
I know. It's hard not to laugh now.
Deflecting compliments. If your first instinct when somebody compliments you is to deflect, contradict, explain, or otherwise negate the sentiment, you may think that you're being humble and that accepting a compliment makes you seem prideful. But this habit actually shows that you aren't comfortable in who you are, have low self-esteem, and may suffer from imposter syndrome.
I always like to say I know.
I don't know what.
Hey, man, good work. Yeah, I know.
I know. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Dumbass.
What you drink. You may mindlessly throw that 12-pack of soda into your shopping cart or order a large pina colada on a night out, but you might want to think twice about what your drink choice reveals about you. According to a study published in Personality and Individual Differences in 2021, researchers found that the people who drank sugary beverages were less likely to think about future consequences and instead tended to make choices to live in the moment.
So by not taking care of yourself, you're living in the moment?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right.
You kind of, or you're projecting like I want to be unhealthy.
So
But,
hold-
like if you're being unhealthy, you're like if we're doing drugs, like I'm not worried about tomorrow, bro. Like I'm living.
That's
in
the
this
hold
moment.
my beer while I do this.
Exactly. I always get a beer and a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Never changes. Like what does that say? We're all to the bar. It doesn't matter the bar I go to. I want to know your beer and I want a shot of whiskey every time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a basic ass bitch. I think that's what it says.
I did, yeah. And I don't explain it either, but like this past weekend, right? We drank a lot of cocktails. But then like when the race was about to start, I'm like, ooh, sporting event. I need beer.
Beer. Yep.
There we go. There's my thin ass hair. This
Oh, wait, you actually pulled up a picture?
Yeah, I got one right here. This is when I was 15 years old, I think. Around 15 years old. And while I certainly have a hell of a lot more hair than I do now, it's still on the thinner side.
Nah, you
Look at that.
exactly
Look at that.
the way
Look at
I
that. Look at that little thin patch right up there. It's obvious that's running away. Doggone it.
Oh yeah, your hair was not long
Yeah,
for the world,
see how
but
long
you
back
look
that is?
you
Yeah.
look exactly the way I figured you would look at about 15.
I mean, obviously, I have
It's
more.
shorter.
I had more hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's shorter, but it was also thin as hell.
I get it, man.
I had thin hair.
Yeah, it was a little thin.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. It sucked.
It did. It didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Get it the hell out. Your handwriting. Again, little habits that tell a lot about your personality. Graphology is the analysis of handwriting and how it relates to personality and has been a science since the days of Aristotle.
Damn.
In fact, your handwriting is such a good measure of who you are that one 2018 study found that using a computer program to analyze a person's handwriting could predict their personality type with about an 80% accuracy.
Damn.
Yeah.
If it's sloppy, I assume you're very successful. Something about
Right.
lawyers
Like a
and
doctor,
doctors.
yeah.
As opposed to like architects where they all write in draft style. Mm-hmm. You can read anything they write. And the only reason I care about the doctor, like they write you a script, and I'm like, man, like honestly, I cannot read what you wrote. And then you hand it to a pharmacist and you see them struggle for a second.
Yeah.
Is this amoxicillin or oxycodone? Like, please get it right. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Your shopping habits. Want to get to know someone better? Take them to the mall. People who love to shop and tend to shop too much are more likely to have personalities classified as hedonistic, extroverted, impulsive, open to new experiences, and maybe a little neurotic.
Sure.
I mean, that's got to be just for dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've met women who don't like to shop.
I have not. Now that you say that out loud, I'm sure they exist. I just have not interacted with them.
Right. And I don't think every girl I've dated is a narcissist. I think they just like to shop.
Mm-hmm. No, they're all narcissists.
Every freaking
Every
one of them.
one of
You know,
them.
if you go to the mall, go to like Alderwood, right? I think Alderwood is a very, very good mall.
Great mall.
It's still, 80% female skewed?
Yes.
But, right. They understand.
And
who
they're right in that age pocket.
Yes, they are.
I think you can recognize when someone is the main event. In their own mind.
Yes.
You know where I think you can tell? Go to baggage claim at any airport.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
See, if the people that are super dressed down, it looks like they didn't even know they were going to travel today.
Yeah.
Then you have other people where you're like, look, I was on a flight with you. It's a 9-hour flight. Why? Completely made up stiletto heels. And this one woman always comes to mind. Everyone's suitcases are falling out of baggage claim. Most people have the standard black, or they've tied something or a ribbon you can identify it. And I just remember seeing these 3 leopard print full-size suitcases. And my wife and I just looked at each other, and we didn't quite point, but it's like, you know who this is for.
Right.
And sure enough, skanky little broad went over there to grab his stuff, looking like she doesn't really know what she's doing. I'm like, somebody is getting
I saw a
laid
dude
tonight.
tugging around 3 Louis Vuitton giant bags, and I helped him get one down. He was very nice. But same thing. You saw the wife.
Yep.
You could see it in his eyes. I was just like, she is super hot. But like, you do this every flight, don't you?
Not a one of these is yours, are they?
He couldn't have been nicer. He's like, you don't have to help me. I'm like, no worries. I was like, oh, you're used to this. This is what you do every flight.
He's like, yes, it is.
Punctuality. Whether you arrive early, on time, or late sends a powerful message about your personality, etiquette, and what motivates you. People who value punctuality are often rule followers and people pleasers, while those who are chronically late may be more self-focused.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mike, people on the YouTube stream desperately want to see the picture of you.
Right, I'll send it.
I mean, look, it looks like what you think Mike would look like at 15. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, you look exactly the way I would have pictured.
Blur out my buddies' faces, please.
Oh, why? So they're not associated with you?
Exactly.
Jesus.
They're actually making something for themselves.
It's probably their request.
Been 20 years.
One has been to doggone, like, he's lived in France for years and he's an engineer.
Really?
The other one, I don't know what he did, but he was a hell of a lot smarter than I was. Like,
that's not saying anything.
Yeah, I know. So they're making something about themselves. And then I will leave you with this last and final personality bit that says a lot about you, and you hear it all over the place. Your handshake. It expresses a lot about you in just a few seconds, according to this PhD, a human behavior expert and author who has developed multiple online psychological behavioral and personality assessments. A simple, firm, and brief handshake with one up and down motion shows you have confident personality, while a limp handshake indicates you're insecure, afraid, or shut down. If you use the 2-hand arm shake, it indicates aggressiveness or an attempt to dominate. Similarly, shaking hands with your palm.
KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
All right, some of these are a little squeamish, but I was in a motorcycle accident. My pelvis hit my gas tank. Going 35, and I bruised it. Like, seriously bruised it. The doctor I went to told me to make sure that I tried to release myself every day to make sure that all the boys were still working.
One step ahead of you, Doc.
And if it didn't, immediately go to the ER. And it hurt every time I did that. My D was peeking out of my boxers while ironing a shirt, and I burned the tip.
Damn.
Going back to motorcycles. At the auction, we have motorcycles that come in all the time, and about 90% of them have a dent right there. In the
God.
Oh, yeah.
I was paintballing, and a stray paintball hit me directly on the tip. Had a bruise on it for a week, and one more. Steve, you can relate to this. Hot sauce that was 450 times hotter than Tabasco.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't remember what the Scoville rating was. Regardless, that was the absolute worst physical pain I've felt in my entire life. Imagine holding an open flame to your junk. Just set that S on fire. Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area, 206-803-ROCK.
And I'm looking at the YouTube comments here, and what is it, Mad Greek or so-and-so says, is it just me, or is it only guys calling in about disaster downstairs? Well, for the most part, you're correct, Mad
Well,
Greek.
Cheyenne called it.
However, hello, Brianna. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, how's it going?
Hola.
So, it wasn't me, but it's my best friend, and I will never get over it. She was snowboarding, and she collided with the skier and took a ski straight to the downstairs.
Oh, wow.
We live states away from each other now, and I worked at like a small town like Dye Bar at the time, and that poor girl, I probably showed 100 people a picture of it because I've never seen anything like it.
What did it look like?
How did you get a
beyond just
picture?
looking
How did
like
you
a
get a
bit-
picture of it, by the way?
Oh, she sent me a picture because she was panicking. She's like, dude, I don't know what to do. She ended up going to the hospital over it.
What was the
No
damage?
bones.
What did the doctors say?
It was like almost a softball size, just one side,
Wow.
just one lip of it.
Oh, man.
It was black. Like,
Wow.
like black. I've never seen anything like it, and it was like that for months and months.
I wouldn't click on that on a porn site.
Did she go to the hospital? Did she go to a doctor?
She did. There were
Okay.
no
All right.
broken bones. It was just a very bad bruise.
Well,
Like,
back
she
to
thought
back.
She's gonna have to get it cut open
Look.
and drained.
Back to
She
the.
did have to get it cut open and drained?
No, she didn't. Thank goodness.
Well, back to the
She's
earlier comment about the person saying that women aren't calling in. Look, guys have an external appendage down there.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that's going to get hit, slapped, whatever.
For example, we had a guy that just said he ironed his penis.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman irons
Yeah.
her vagina,
Oh.
it is intentional. I mean, I just.
Oh, there's an
Or it's Gwyneth
there-
Paltrow.
There's one more. There's one more. There's one more that's a little bit worse. Okay.
Yeah.
So this guy said he got into that. He was swampy, so to say.
All right.
Okay. So when he would get out of the shower, whether he was at the gym or whether he was at home, he would take a hair dryer and dry his butt, all that, because he's a hairy guy. He would
Yeah.
dry his ass and he would dry everything down there, like his chest hair, everything,
Yeah.
so he wouldn't get bacterial infections or whatever. And the coil, the top part of the hair dryer, he grazed his manhood on that, and it left like a waffle iron mark on it. I was like, golly.
Did he show you?
No, it's a comment.
Oh, a comment. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, Jesus. Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Is this weird? But I'd have to ask to see that. If you said it looks like a waffle iron on my penis, like, look, I'm not dying to see your penis, but I want to see that wound.
Kind of like Miles's rotten egg. Like
I did not ask to see Miles's rotten egg.
Yeah, but you
That
were
was
still
simply
okay with
offered
having
up.
seen it.
I never said that. It's just something I have to accept because it was in his hand when he said my name, and I turned around and he says, "Look at this!" Like I can't not. A giant black coconut.
Yeah, it's like when I had that thing, that hematoma growing off my hip.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing. Someone
Look
just
at
like-
that.
Yeah, and people were like, all right.
And
I don't need to see it. It's like, look how bad it is. I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Look at this thing. Yeah. Hello, Curtis. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola.
So I was roughly 20, joined the military, and as part of that, I got an airborne contract. And you go through airborne school, and last week you do all your live jumps. Well, they put you on these like crazy hard wooden benches that are super uncomfortable. And I decided to loosen up my leg straps a little bit while I'm sitting there, so it's not pulling up on my inner thighs. Well, we get on the plane, we get ready to go. I never tightened those back up, and coming out the plane, I feel my chute tug and everything. Like, okay, everything's good. Yeah, everything was not good because my left strap was over the left side, and it was all my weight and the yank of the plane all at one time that just... And I had to write it down for the next, 1,500 feet or so.
Are you just screaming in the air or what?
You can't breathe. You can't, nothing. It was so bad, so immense. And then to make matters better, because I was so focused on that, when I landed, I didn't actually do my PLF, my landing fall that I was supposed to do, and so I came straight down on my shoulder and ended up busting up my labrum and everything like that.
Wow. Oh, you got even worse. Worse by the time you got down.
Yeah, and then it was the next day, it was 30 seconds of blood just coming straight out that bad boy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was probably one of the worst experiences of my life.
Brother, we can hear it in your voice. Now, let me ask you this. I've torn my labrum, and it is excruciating pain. But what was worse, the torn labrum or just having your entire weight basically crushing up against your testicles?
The testicles.
Okay.
When I hit my shoulder, my whole arm just went numb and everything after that. So
How long were you out of commission for?
About 6 weeks.
Damn.
And do you get in trouble for that? Like, do you have to explain to them what went wrong, or did you say, I just didn't nail the landing?
No, you just, they expect people to get hurt when they land. So It was kind of one of those things. And it was the next day that I had followed up because I didn't want to get like kicked out of airborne school for not making my next jump.
Of course.
So I went through the whole day, and it was after that I finally went and got seen for everything. And it was pretty much they gave me some pills that turned everything like bright orange and like orange Gatorade, and just numbed everything up down there. But the everything being so swollen made it difficult to walk and march and run.
All the things you do in the military.
Right. So
I gotta say, I'm shocked that doesn't happen more often, because you hear about how the harness and whatnot is not exactly gentle or comfortable down there.
It's not.
So, like, I'm surprised that we don't get more and more stories of contusions
But he made the one point
balloonings.
I loosened the one strap,
Right.
which means it's not supposed to be that loose. And now he knows why.
Right.
I guarantee you, it never happened again.
And also, after decades, we haven't found a better method of hooking us in than
apparently that's the look.
Putting
man,
your boys in a vice.
That's what I noticed most. The one skydive I did is just, when you're doing the free fall, it's one thing.
Sure.
You don't really feel anything, but once he pulls the chute,
jerk.
You're very aware that they're in a vice. But I wasn't in pain, but I feel like I was right on the precipice of pain.
Is it kind of like somebody has a knife at your back?
Yeah, where it's like, look, if you take one step back, right, this is going to go completely sideways. But also, when we did that bungee jump on Fremont Street in Vegas, not bungee jump,
zip line,
yeah.
Jesus.
That thing, right?
No, those straps are right up on your crap.
Yes, they are.
I knew that I was super uncomfortable in it, and it's not like you want to bring it up because there's hundreds of people standing around waiting to do this. But then we got the pictures back from when we did it, and it was very obvious that I was in distress, not because of my face, but when you looked at my groin, you're like, that is an unnatural position for your penis.
Yes,
like,
that is very pronounced.
That is not where it's supposed to be. And I'm thinking, I know.
We did Superman the Musical when I was in high school, my senior year. It was Superman the Musical, and I remember there's this one scene, and they had to hook Superman up to a harness because he has to fly.
He actually has to fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the only time I've ever seen this at one of our high school productions.
Okay.
This was actually a really cool thing.
I'd say that's got a big time for a high school production.
He's gonna freaking fly, right?
Yeah.
Like we got this whole thing rigged up, and so he does his flying bit, and then he stops, and he has this moment where he's standing at the front of the stage, and he's pronouncing, Superman's cape is waving and whatnot,
Sure.
but he still has the harness on. My buddy, who's a jackass, reminds me a lot like you, Steve.
Thank you.
He made this comment. He's like, "Dude, look at Superman's package," and he's just standing there in all of his glory with it, just standing out there.
How's your medical weather? What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello. How you
Hola.
doing?
Hola. Doing well, man.
So back in the 80s, I was in high school. I think I was a junior in high school. I used to milk cows. I grew up poor, and if I wanted to party, I had to work. So,
you want to party? Milk a cow.
Milk a cow, dude. Earn it.
There you go. So one night I'm milking alone, and the way it works is you go down to the loafing shed, you bring them all up to the holding pen, and the last 4 strings you put them in a smaller, so you don't got to go clear to the back to bring them all up. And so I'm trying to stuff this one cow into the last spot in the last holding pen, and she wouldn't budge. And so I slapped her on the butt. She wouldn't move. So then I got down and put my shoulder against her back, and I was just straining, trying to get her in there. She cut loose and kicked me right in the junk, and it just dropped me like a sack of potatoes. I was rolling around in the manure. Just I could hardly breathe, like the guy earlier was saying there. It takes your breath away.
So it was a direct hit.
It was a direct hit. And the worst part about it, I go to school the next day, and I'm walking around. I hurt climbing stairs. I hurt sitting down and stuff like that. And finally, I have to tell my mom, look, I had an accident at the farm the other night. And she wanted to see, of course, so I show my mom my junk, which was embarrassing. So she makes a doctor's appointment for me, and I go to the doctor, and I got to tell them what happened.
Well, it's not the most embarrassing thing in the world, but it just happened.
When you're 16, 17 years old, it is.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're swollen up like probably the size of lemons. And yeah, and I got to tell the receptionist what happened, and then I go in and I go into the doctor's, and I pull it down, and he's taking a look at it. He goes, "Yep, they're swollen." He goes, "Put some ice on them," and that's about it.
And that's it. I mean, there's not much else you can do.
Were you and that cow cool after that?
Well, the funny part about it is I should have known better, because when they come into heat, they start acting weird. And she was a real gentle cow. And, I've been milking her, twice a day for, God only knows how long. And she's normally one of the first ones in. And that night she was one of the last ones. And I figured she was in heat, and she wasn't. They start acting real weird when they're in heat. And like I said, it's...
Don't they all?
Got the mad cow disease, you know what I mean?
Did you ever try to shove that cow into the pen again?
Well, let me put it to you this way. When I did, I made sure that I wasn't so vulnerable, you might say.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like trying to throw a drunk, horny lady into an Uber.
Get in there.
She's in heat. She's acting crazy.
Just tickle the starfish and see if they jump. Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, M. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, I was about 5. My parents went out to dinner, so I had a babysitter. And me and my sisters were playing hide-and-go-seek. And I ran into my room, and I slid behind my bedboard to my hiding spot. Well, a nail caught me from my a-hole right up through my jewels.
Oh!
Surprise.
Wow. I hope it wasn't rusty.
All I can remember is... sitting on the couch after they pulled me off the nail, and my sisters are screaming, "It's been cut off! It's been cut off!" And I passed out after that. I don't remember anything after that.
Now, did you go to the hospital or what? Where did you wake
I had
up?
to go to the hospital. Yeah, they had to sew me back up.
Oh,
well,
man.
There's already kind of really a line there, so do you still have a scar?
I do.
Now, can you actually see it, or does someone have to tell you that the scar is still there?
No, I can see it.
Really?
Okay, well, you're flexible.
Yeah, I was just thinking about a scar there, I'd be like, I don't know.
I need a mirror.
I feel like I do. Well, yeah, I guess you can do that.
Accident, medical, or other, what happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Hunter. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, I just want to say that I listen to you guys every day when I'm driving long hours in the truck, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
We
brother.
appreciate it.
Yeah, so my story, I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I was taking a shower. I was washing down there, and I got some soap into the tip of my twig.
Ooh.
All right, that's got a burn?
Yeah, it was a lot worse than it honestly sounds. I was screaming and crying. It was so painful.
How long does it take for all of this to pass?
It was probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It feels like an hour.
What kind of soap were you using?
It was like baby soap.
Really?
See, for me, it was Ivory. Ivory soap and what is the Irish Spring?
Irish Spring, yeah.
Those were the two that you had to. I just remember being younger. This is even before I was taking care of myself.
Yeah.
This was just washing yourself, and I've had that happen. It seemed like it happened all the time as a kid.
Really?
And it doesn't happen that much anymore.
Maybe I don't wash my penis well enough. I never had that issue.
I never gave it two thought. I mean, like you just take the wash rag and get them all going.
Soap it up, do its thing, rinse it off. I must
have cleaned that thing real good.
Real good.
I did once bought I had to buy it was a bigger kid, so I had to buy a bigger jockstrap.
Yeah.
But the cup was just too big.
Yeah.
So it rubbed not my junk, but right on the inside of the thigh.
That's almost worse.
It rubbed those pretty much like raw.
Yeah.
But I was kind of embarrassed. So I didn't want to say anything. So as I'm getting out of the shower, it hurts. And then I grabbed some type of first aid spray. Right. Sprayed it, started screaming. Obviously that was for on top of your skin. Not,
yes.
Yeah.
Not an open wound.
Correct. Lesson learned very quickly.
How long does the sting last?
I don't know. I was screaming long enough that either my mom or father, somebody came in the bathroom and was like, what is going on?
What was the stuff that looked like, this was way back in the day, but it had, it looked like a little red fire extinguisher with a little white screw top on the top. And when you put it on an open wound.
Was it that pink stuff?
It wasn't like, it just started to bubble.
Like hydrogen peroxide?
I guess that's what it was. I mean, it just
That's
kind
the
of
only
like
thing I knew
bubbled
that-
and cleaned out the area.
Yeah,
It
like
would foam up like
I think that's hydrogen
after you got
peroxide.
done burning for 20
Are you
seconds.
talking about like iodine?
It wasn't really iodine. It
It's got to be
wasn't
hydrogen
calamine
peroxide,
lotion.
right?
Hydrogen peroxide bubbles, but I'm trying to think of the description of the package. Which
It was like
doesn't seem-
a red little thing with a white X or a white cross on it.
I am not remembering.
I'll look it up.
I mean,
Yeah.
just I feel like as an adult, you just don't get as many scrapes and bruises. But I feel like as a
Correct.
kid,
It's constant.
there's hydrogen peroxide getting poured on you constantly.
All the time. And it's not going to sting. Just relax.
It does sting.
Guess who it is, Ted?
James.
James, welcome to the men's room.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Hola.
So, yeah, I had a cyst on my neck that brought me to the emergency room, and they prescribed me a medication that they gave me a 10-day prescription for that I was supposed to take before I could get in to see a doctor and have it removed.
All right.
So I trust them. I start popping these pills that are supposed to help the infection go down. Turns out it's creating something else.
What is something else?
If you picture your junk roasting on an open fire for 10 days.
Your junk roasting on an open
fire. Merry Christmas,
totally,
everyone.
just in time for Christmas. And I didn't know it. I went to 2 other urgent cares to say, hey, I've developed this problem that is incredibly painful. What do I do? Yeah, I think you're probably just allergic to what kind of medication are you taking? Of course, I don't read the medication. I just trust the doctors. And then it just kept getting worse. I kept taking the medication, taking it until it was done, until I finally went to the Harborview STD clinic crying after talking to the last couple of girls maybe I had dated and gave them the fear of their lives. And they told me, you have a localized drug eruption from a medication you're allergic to, which has sulfur in it.
Drug eruption. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's the full name of Eddie Van Halen solo, by the way.
Well, at least you didn't give anything to the young ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. But except the scare.
Now, did you call them back to say it was just a scare? And if you did they believe you?
Nah, I just figured, let them just be afraid.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'd have called him back instantly, like, hey, you up? Because it turns out it was medication.
Accident, medical or other. What happened to your downstairs area? 206-803-ROCK.
Put word out. Back up.
Hello, Blue. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
And clean.
Head clean. So when I was a little kid, about 7 years old, we were getting ready for church, and this was back in the day when you had to wear your church clothes, And I decided that I was going to make the world's record for the highest pogo stick jump. And my pogo stick was the one with the spring on it.
Yeah.
And I started jumping outside, and I bit the tip of my little boy real hard with that thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Fell to the ground. Grandma comes out. Let me see you, baby. No. Get my dad. Get my dad. He comes out, looks at it, says, oh, yeah, that's going to swell up. Well, it swelled up like a little gremlin and looked like a smiley face for 4 months after that time.
A smiley face.
A smiley face, yes.
It's funny you're screaming, get my dad, just as a dad. I'd have been like, I'm going to get your mother. Look, man, I'm not going to give you good news. I know you want my expertise on the situation. You don't.
Oh, man, they're going to have to lop it off.
Dude,
it's going to be awful, son.
My grandmother was a nurse, all right? So everything went through my grandmother when I was growing up. If I had a fever, if I was sick, you know where that's going. You know it's not going underneath the tongue.
Nope.
My grandmother, because it doesn't, in her world, that did not give you an accurate temperature reading.
Can we just be within a degree?
At the age of 4 or 5, I was getting my ass probed with a thermometer, just to get a temperature.
Tally-ho.
They had the ones you could put in your mouth then. They were available. You could buy those.
That's not accurate, Mike.
My grandmother would bring that. I'm like, she goes to work with that. Like anybody. Like,
anybody.
I was like, that should be like one use only. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's glass, but same point in time, like, I don't want to. That's been well used. You're a nurse in a hospital. Like, God.
You think you shared it with your grandma?
I mean, I shared
Probably.
it with
His granddad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who Sucks Last coming up at 4:30, and we've got your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, experts have the math on how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But first, with the cost of college continuing to skyrocket, many parents are urging their children to take a so-called gap year after high school graduation.
Nothing wrong with taking a little time off from academia, man.
I agree. The idea of the gap year is to really figure out what it is that you want to major in should you go to college, and if you're lucky, maybe travel and see the world.
That's what I did when I was 18, Playboy.
You traveled the world when you were 18?
Well, not the world, but I traveled through Europe and Asia when I was younger.
Really? How did you finance that trip?
Saved as much money as I could, but I booked most of my trip through Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines? I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines.
Yes, I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget.
Budget.
Airlines.
I understand, Felix. I'm saying I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
There's no such thing as Budget Airlines, Playboy.
Felix, you literally just told me that you flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
I did no such thing. I said I flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
Budget?
Why do you keep saying Budget Airlines, man? I said Budget Airlines.
Budget.
Budget, man. Come on.
Wait a minute. Are you saying butt as in the thing that you sit on, your posterior, Budget Airlines?
That is correct. Budget Airlines.
What in the world is Budget Airlines?
Budget Airlines is a budget airline.
You flew a budget airline called Budget Airlines?
Through Europe and Asia, yeah. Budget Airlines is a subsidiary of Derriere.
There's an airline called Derriere?
Yeah, and Derriere's budget airline is Budget Airlines.
Why would you fly an airline called Budget?
Because I was on a budget, Stone.
So you've said. I guess what I want to know is why someone would fly an airline called Budget.
The airline's name is a reflection of how you travel, man.
I don't follow.
Budget, man. Same number of seats as the regular airline, but twice as many passengers.
Twice as many passengers? How does that even work? Is there standing room or something?
Nah, man, nothing like that. On Budget, either you sit on someone's lap or someone sits on your lap.
Hold on. People sit on each other's laps on Budget Airlines?
Yeah. That's why it's called Budget, man.
I see. And how does one choose if they will be sitting on someone's lap or if someone will be sitting on their lap?
Well, that's up to the premium passengers, Playboy. If you're a premium passenger, you can choose to sit on a lap or have your lap sat upon.
This is ridiculous and very unsafe.
And for those two exact reasons, Budget is an affordable way to travel.
Are you a premium member? Did you get to choose this lap situation?
I'm afraid not, Stone. I shared many uncomfortable flights with complete strangers. Also made a few close friends. You never know who you meet on Budget. Most memorable person I met had to be Mario.
Ah, Mario. He was another passenger, was he?
Yeah.
And were you sitting on his lap or was he sitting on yours?
Mario was on my lap, but he wasn't really sitting.
What do you mean he wasn't really sitting on your lap?
Mario was an amputee, man, so there wasn't much of him on my lap.
Not much of him?
Yeah, man. Mario was amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's just a head. So you're saying that this man...
Mario.
Yes, Mario. You're saying that this Mario was just a head. He had no body.
Yeah, man. Amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's not possible.
That's what I thought until Mario and I started chatting, man. Real nice guy. Big soccer fan. Allergic to shellfish. Which is crazy because he worked at a seafood restaurant.
A man with only a head worked at a restaurant.
Yeah. Said he was a head chef. Before that, he was the head of security.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm just telling you what Mario told me, man. He could have been joking. He even said he was trying to break into comedy.
Ah, a budding comedian.
That's actually why he was on that flight. Said he got his big break at a comedy club in Istanbul.
He got a gig at a comedy club.
Yeah, man. He was a headliner.
I saw Mario perform his comedy routine once. Wait a minute, you've actually seen this Mario character? Not in Istanbul, no, but I actually saw him locally a few years ago at the Gigglebox Comedy Club. He was really funny. Okay, let's just go to break. This is ridiculous. We will be back next hour, folks.
Get that while you're still ahead.
Felix?
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
That's okay. KISW is doing the Unwrapped Acoustic Holiday, first time ever, December 12th, Friday night, Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. Just know, as of today, they have released some tickets, and they are as low as $55.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking about going to the show,
release the Kraken.
Well, he released
the tickets.
I think he released the section or a section.
Yeah, something like that upstairs. Look, the tickets are selling well. That's why they release more.
Yeah, exactly. And there's low as $55. Brent Smith and Zach Myers from Shinedown, Pretty Reckless, Dartree, Hollywood Undead, and Mammoth. You know all the details. Or KISW.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we have time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a few from our question about what happened to your downstairs. Dudes, many years ago, my husband's boys started swelling a lot, to the point where they were the size of a tennis ball. Very painful. After days of discomfort and being concerned if it was a testicular torsion, went to the ER to discover he had a bladder infection that went down his vas deferens into his testicles. I don't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. That from Rose in Tacoma.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either until you brought it up.
Rose, you've seen a lot of testicles. You would know.
That is true. The one-woman spa.
Yeah.
Wait, people do not get their testicles waxed.
She waxes bees. We've talked about
bees?
She'll wax your boys.
I don't know,
She'll go
man.
all the way back from the starfish all the way to the front.
I get that. I'm saying just as far as pain goes.
It's called a
and how thin the skin
manzillion.
is, yeah, no thanks.
Gentleman, 25 years old, I decided to get a vasectomy. I had done it on December 29th, New Year's Eve. Rolled around, went out and partied like a typical 25-year-old. Wound up puking up all the Jack Daniels I drank. Needless to say, there was a little tearing on the inside. So I spent New Year's Day in the emergency room with my boys the size of oranges. Not a pain I would wish upon my worst enemy. Do what the doctors say and just relax. That from Jamie the driver.
You want to point it out, Ted? Or?
Yeah, A, I don't know how a 25-year-old can just get one. B, New Year's Eve.
That you said December 29th.
Oh.
New Year's Eve is December 31st. And why do we always compare the size of our testicles to fruit? No one ever says the size of tomatoes, right? It's always, it's oranges, it's lemons.
But we'll do the same thing with women's breasts.
Grapefruits, melons,
apples,
sometimes eggs.
You never say softball size. You just don't. No, but you're right. It's always fruit.
Watermelon.
I just like you throw up both hands. Never say softball.
Softball. Two-handed softball. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go underhand.
Yeah.
Guys, Tom and Redmond.
We used to say bee stings, too.
Yeah.
Mosquito bites.
In my teenage years, I used Nair hair remover as lube to pleasure myself.
Oh, my God.
I'm convinced my sister planted it in the bathroom because she knew I would use it for that purpose.
Oh.
Did not end well. I highly recommend not using Nair hair remover as a lube.
Jeez.
Oh, no.
Dude, I told you
That's
I
so
bought.
bad.
I don't remember the brand. They used to run commercials. You just roll on this stuff and wipe off your hair.
Yeah.
So I did that one just on my shoulder before my whole. My buddy goes, "Do it. Try it on your arm before your whole back." And
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like my flesh was burning and eating itself.
But isn't that actually the way it gets rid of the hair? Like, just dissolve
I don't know.
it all.
I couldn't even shower. I had to it was like a boxer with one broken arm. I had to shower like this.
One more. This from a lady. She says, I never thought this would be the topic I'd write in for, but here we are. This actually just happened earlier this week, and I'm sharing as a PSA in case it can help someone else. I was incredibly constipated. Never experienced anything like that in my life. I needed to go. My body wanted to go. I tried so many times, things were getting inflamed, but it just wouldn't clear the exit. I was in so much pain and misery and was really scared I might have to go to the ER to have them pull this thing out of me. I thought if I could just distract myself from the intensity of the situation when I was trying to push, I might be able to push through it. Well, in a moment of complete desperation, I grabbed my vibrator and used that on the front side while pushing out the back.
I'm just trying to visualize this. Consciously, I'm going to stimulate the front with a little happy time to take my mind off the pain of the backside.
I think it went, more so all the way in, because sometimes it's just an outer thing.
Yeah.
I grabbed it, and even though I was completely alone in my apartment, it was dehumanizing. but damn it worked. I did not reach completion in the front, but I sure did in the back. And I literally shed a tear of gratitude. For the love of all that's holy, withhold my name. That from Tina. All right, time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, want to send a birthday shout out to my daughter Ella, who's turning 8 today. The most kind, loving, and caring little girl you'll ever meet in your entire life. Mike, give me an 8-gun salute. Dealer's choice. And Coach Ted, tell her what it means to be 8 years old and live the good life. Thanks, guys, for everything you do. Lots of love from Mom and from the dad.
Fish challenge.
1.
Uh-oh, look out.
2. 3.
Howie Chestnut!
That's what name withheld sounded like. That's what she first sounded like. Nothing coming out of his hair, fighting around it.
All right, Ella, congratulations on being 8. It's a big birthday, man. I feel like 8, you're kind of right there in that middle zone, right? A little bit older than those little kids. You're not quite. Are you middle school yet?
You're
8 years old,
definitely
you're in
not middle
elementary.
school.
No,
All right,
about
still
3rd grade.
elementary. All right, so we got to focus on that English, the reading, that kind of stuff. The big news is, besides that milkshake tonight, all right, you get there, you already put down your hamburger, your fries, and you look your dad, mom straight in the eye and said, large milkshake. Coach says large milkshake. And they go, well, what about your tummy? You say, I'm 8. I'm in charge of my own tummy.
Just want to send a birthday shout out to my awesome wife, Jolynn, a.k.a. Jolynn the Lunch Lady. This is her 46th trip around the sun. So can I get a reverse fart, a couple dad jokes from Miles, and the Dirty Germans talking about what is going to happen tonight behind closed doors. Thanks, guys. That from John.
Oh, she's back.
Okay. Dad jokes. Guys, when someone said, I'm a dick Ted, I said, my name's not Ted. My favorite exercise is a cross between a lunge and a crunch.
Oh, yeah?
I call it lunch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You can lunge to your lunch.
Ted, what kind of car does a Jedi drive?
I don't know. What?
A Toyota.
All right.
Oh, you hear about that all the time.
I'll tell you guys, I found my wife on a dating site.
No.
I guess you want someone new. Ted, what's a British realtor's favorite drink?
British realtor's favorite drink. A virgin daiquiri.
A flat white.
Actually, proper tea.
Oh, proper tea.
And I've been told my snoring really bothers people, especially when I'm driving.
Dear Lord.
Tell Today marks the start of my girlfriend Tiffany's 35th trip around the sun. Amazing, and I'm lucky to have her in my life. Could she get a pep talk from Coach Ted for upcoming search to buy a new house? Thanks, gentlemen. That from Andrew.
First of all, congratulations. Now, looking for a house can be kind of tough, right? A lot of different markets and this and that. I would say you got to look at a lot of houses. Also, hire a realtor that you actually like and trust. Mike went through this last year. Other than that, though, man, when you lock into that house, congratulations.
All of y'all want to wish my big sis Shirley, pronounced Cheryl, a happy double nickel birthday.
Cheryl.
Oldest out of 4 siblings, she was bossy and the only one of us not born in Texas. She's also the only Longhorn fan in the house, so you do the math. Well, over the years, we bickered as siblings, but I couldn't have asked for a better older sister. So how about some thrill shotgun gets, I do declare, and a reverse fart, followed by a please clap. Thank you, love the show, and congratulations again in 20 years strong. That from Trucker Carl in the South. Get!
Can't even hear the vibrator.
Please clap.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by
making it
Men's
so
Room
steady.
Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks less.
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Last. Steven Thrill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. But it's up to you and us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to like the Men's Room on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And like I said, you're familiar, if you listen to this fine program, with all 3 of these stories. Our very own Mike Hawk brought us each and every one. But these people suck, but the commonality they have is fraud. That's right, frauds are full of lies. So let's start with the new mom, who's been accused of carrying out a months-long ruse to trick her family into believing that a doll was her newborn baby. Kira Cousins, she donned a prosthetic bump, she feigned childbirth, and presented a plastic doll as her baby girl, who she named Bonnie Lee Joyce. Now, the 22-year-old announced the arrival of her quote-unquote daughter on social media earlier this month, asserting that she gave birth alone, with Bonnie Lee entering the world on October 10th weighing 5 pounds and 4 ounces. Well, in the run-up to the supposed birth, Karen posted photos of ultrasound scans and videos of her extravagant gender reveal party. She also shared footage of the baby kicking her belly, along with images of newborn clothes and items that had been purchased for little Bonnie Lee by all the people that went to her aforementioned gender reveal party, including, by the way, a $1,000 car seat.
Oh.
A $1,000 car seat. She even made posts about hospital appointments and complications with the baby, alleging the test had detected a heart defect. However, uproar ensued when Kira was exposed online as a fraud. Friends revealed how her family and the alleged father of the baby discovered 6-day-old Bonnie Lee was a doll after her mother found the prop in her bedroom. Now, screenshots of messages sent by Kira shortly afterwards show her informing the man that she claimed was Bonnie Lee's father that their baby had passed away, which I think is absolutely awful. But a friend of hers, a former friend of hers, one Neve McRobert, she revealed the doubts initially emerged when relatives noticed that nobody ever heard the baby cry. And Kira, she refused to allow anyone to hold the baby, claiming that the baby had recently attended the hospital for medical examinations due to poor health. To be fair, the baby wasn't alive, because it wasn't a baby. Anyway, the friend shared screenshots of her exchange with Kira regarding Bonnie Lee, alongside others displaying the doll in a collection of now removed posts from the new mom. She also recounted how she encountered her former friend and the baby at Bonnie's during a supermarket visit, pointing out she wanted to see the baby, but her friend Kira would not let her see the baby, because the baby was a doll. That is so weird to me, but there it is. Now, you might remember this story from Monday. A 74-year-old man, he wanted to check who would grieve his passing, so he faked his death and staged a mock funeral just to see who would show up. So the people of Kanchi, that's a village in India, they were shocked to learn about the sudden passing of Mohan Lal, a local former Air Force veteran. Now, it's confusing to see a procession when most people didn't even know that he died, but that did not stop people from joining the procession, mourning the poor man, and taking part in all the traditional rites. But what really stunned people was the moment when Mohan got up from the casket. They soon learned that the funeral was nothing but a test brought up by the 74-year-old man to see how many people cared about him. And he explained, quote, "After death, people carry the coffin, but I wanted to witness it myself and know how much respect and affection people give me." Now, he had actually asked some of his relatives to help him spread the word about his passing, and then had other people take him to the crematorium on a decorated coffin to make the stunt believable. So he didn't do this alone. But hundreds of residents, they rushed to join the mourning ceremony, which pleased him very much. And he reassured the community that he wants to maintain the respect. So to make the locals forgive him for the mock funeral, he organized a big feast for everyone. I do not know if that worked, but he at least did that much. So we got fake pregnancy, we got fake death. Well, now you might remember this story from last week. A Florida woman contacted police earlier this month to report that a male assailant had barged into her home, knocked her on the ground, and then committed a sexual assault. Now, while the attacker was a stranger, the woman said she was able to take a photo of the suspect while he was seated on the couch in her St. Petersburg apartment. Multiple officers and forensic technicians, they responded to the scene where the suspect, one Brooke Chenault, a mother of two, this is where she said the attack happened. Well, a subsequent police examination of the image provided by her revealed that the photo was AI generated via ChatGPT. Now, additionally, the photo was found in a deleted folder dated days before she even alleged that the sexual battery took place. Now, she was arrested for falsely reporting a crime, spent the night in jail, and posted a $1,000 bond. Anyway, police and court documents do not include a motive for the incident. So those are your three stories. It's all fraud. We have the woman in England who pretended to be pregnant all the way to the point of the birth of the baby, then said the baby died. None of it was true. We have the guy in India convinced everyone in the town that he had dropped dead. Everyone joined the funeral procession just to find out it's not true. And then a woman in Florida calling police to say she'd been sexually assaulted, had a picture of the guy that did it, only for the cops to go, dude, this is AI generated.
Okay.
Not true.
Ted, I'm torn on this one, but I'll say this. The woman in Florida who contacted police, I think she sucks the most.
I agree.
Because you're taking police time to investigate something that is a complete fabricated lie. It's a very serious allegation.
It's a crime, yeah.
So,
but nobody got arrested for it.
There was nobody there.
She got arrested for it. That was it.
But I'm just saying, it would be worse if she just went, here's the guy, and it's some dude that did not do this.
That is correct.
Yeah, this is
and now
complete
he
AI.
has that.
This is
that would be
in my world, this is a waste of time. The mom who faked the baby, she pulled at the heartstrings of her family and cash. She's nuts. The guy in India faked his own death. If he has very close friends and relatives, he put them through heartbreak.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a funeral.
So I guess I got to go with the new mom. Sucks the least.
But that guy... But that guy thinks that he had a kid, and then the kid has died.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
to
that's
live with that.
Pretty...
For someone to go, psych.
Yep. You're right. Forgot about that aspect of it.
I mean, I will disagree.
And not even just the guy, but the whole family. You know, if you're the grandmother, grandfather, the aunt, the uncle, cousins, you know, you say, hey, man, this kid died.
Okay, I'll go India.
Crushing.
I'll go India.
No. Stick with that one. I'm just going India only because... I guess because he did fool them all, and they all had to go through it, but, like, he's still alive. Like, if the new mom had just been messing with her friends, but messing with the guy seems like another level.
And family. I mean, it was everybody.
And family.
I agree with you about the guy in India.
A little tougher than I thought.
I just think the guy in India, because, like, people are mourning you. He is 74, so give us some time. Eventually, this will prove to be true.
It seems like a super odd time to pull this.
It really does. But, and this sounds weak, but in this circumstance, he's like, hey, guys, like, sorry, I did this thing. Thanks for showing up. But if you're here, meal for everybody. I'm not saying that justifies it, but for the other two, the woman in Florida with the AI generated image, like you said, it's such a serious allegation. Yeah. And that's why all those cops showed up. You just wasted everyone's time. The mom might be the worst to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Because this is people have been excited for you for 9 months.
And the woman in Florida, again, she wasted police time and stuff, but like, first, I misunderstood, and I was like, oh, I thought some dude got arrested for this crime.
No.
She's like, look at what he did, and the guy's like, I have no idea. Yeah, I think in the end, I'm with you. I'm going to stick with India's who sucks
the least. Yeah.
And they're all whack jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And very confusing. This was
for
tougher.
Sure.
Again, tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you like the Men's Room on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram and Men's Room Live. Okay, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, experts have the math on how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But first, with the cost of college continuing to skyrocket, many parents are urging their children to take a so-called gap year after high school graduation.
Nothing wrong with taking a little time off from academia, man.
I agree. The idea of the gap year is to really figure out what it is that you want to major in should you go to college, and if you're lucky, maybe travel and see the world.
That's what I did when I was 18, Playboy.
You traveled the world when you were 18?
Well, not the world, but I traveled through Europe and Asia when I was younger.
Really? How did you finance that trip?
Saved as much money as I could, but I booked most of my trip through Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines? I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines.
Yes, I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget.
Budget.
Airlines.
I understand, Felix. I'm saying I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
There's no such thing as Budget Airlines, Playboy.
Felix, you literally just told me that you flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
I did no such thing. I said I flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
Budget?
Why do you keep saying Budget Airlines, man? I said Budget Airlines.
Budget.
Budget, man. Come on.
Wait a minute. Are you saying butt, as in the thing that you sit on, your posterior, Budget Airlines?
That is correct. Budget Airlines.
What in the world is Budget Airlines?
Budget Airlines is a budget airline.
You flew a budget airline called Budget Airlines?
Through Europe and Asia, yeah. Budget Airlines is a subsidiary of Derriere.
There's an airline called Derriere?
Yeah, and Derriere's budget airline is Budget Airlines.
Why would you fly an airline called Budget?
Because I was on a budget, Stone.
So you've said. I guess what I want to know is why someone would fly an airline called ButtJet.
The airline's name is a reflection of how you travel, man.
I don't follow.
ButtJet, man. Same number of seats as the regular airline, but twice as many passengers.
Twice as many passengers? How does that even work? Is there standing room or something?
Nah, man, nothing like that. On ButtJet, either you sit on someone's lap or someone sits on your lap.
Hold on. People sit on each other's laps on ButtJet Airlines?
Yeah. That's why it's called ButtJet, man.
I see. And how does one choose if they will be sitting on someone's lap or if someone will be sitting on their lap?
Well, that's up to the premium passengers, Playboy. If you're a premium passenger, you can choose to sit on a lap or have your lap sat upon.
This is ridiculous and very unsafe.
And for those two exact reasons, ButtJet is an affordable way to travel.
Are you a premium member? Did you get to choose this lap situation?
I'm afraid not, Stone. I shared many uncomfortable flights with complete strangers. Also made a few close friends. You never know who you meet on ButtJet. Most memorable person I met had to be Mario.
Ah, Mario. He was another passenger, was he?
Yeah.
And were you sitting on his lap or was he sitting on yours?
Mario was on my lap, but he wasn't really sitting.
What do you mean he wasn't really sitting on your lap?
Mario was an amputee, man, so there wasn't much of him on my lap.
Not much of him?
Yeah, man, Mario was amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's just a head. So you're saying that this man...
Mario.
Yes, Mario. You're saying that this Mario was just a head. He had no body.
Yeah, man, amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's not possible.
That's what I thought until Mario and I started chatting, man. Real nice guy, big soccer fan, allergic to shellfish, which is crazy because he worked at a seafood restaurant.
A man with only a head worked at a restaurant.
Yeah, said he was the head chef. Before that, he was the head of security.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm just telling you what Mario told me, man. He could have been joking. He even said he was trying to break into comedy.
Ah, a budding comedian.
That's actually why he was on that flight. Said he got his big break at a comedy club in Istanbul.
He got a gig at a comedy club.
Yeah, man. He was a headliner.
I saw Mario perform his comedy routine once. Wait a minute, you've actually seen this Mario character? Not in Istanbul, no, but I actually saw him locally a few years ago at the Gigglebox Comedy Club. He was really funny. Okay, let's just go to break. This is ridiculous. We will be back next hour, folks.
Getting out while you're still ahead.
Felix?
Miles and Thrill.
All right, got it at 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. New Zealand is home to the world's only flightless parrot, and it's been determined that they are successfully staving off crusty bum disease thanks to antibiotics.
I did read that because it's called crusty bum disease.
Right? Like, you have to look into it.
I mean, but it's basically, it explains the situation. Some of their digestive tract goes down to the cloaca.
Right.
It gets
they
crusty.
Can't fly.
So they're like, crusty bum disease.
Crusty bum disease.
God, man.
Which...
Crusty.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I'm glad we don't do that for human diseases.
I wish we would.
What? You called it herpes earlier, Miles, as opposed to, I don't know, dotty penis.
Sure, but at least now we know what it is.
No, you know the symptoms.
Crusty
butt just says the symptoms. That's not the actual issue, right?
I think a bidet can clear all this up.
There you go.
Yeah. Little birdie bidets.
A new method of delivering oxygen to the bodies of people with breathing issues has just cleared human safety trials.
Was this to the butt?
Butt breathing.
Yeah.
They basically they put oxygen into a liquid and then insert it, and that's how they're delivering oxygen.
Well, they were inspired by the animal kingdom. Yep. Certain turtles can breathe out of their butt.
Oh, that's right.
And then the axolotl, I believe it's like some kind of salamander, whatever.
Yeah, the axolotl.
They realized that it could breathe out of its butt, so they're like, Well, why can't we do it?
Because those are reptiles.
But they have figured out a way to help us breathe through our anuses. Hey, look, man.
I mean, if
you
we can
need
drink-
to catch a breath, do you care?
If we can drink through there, we can breathe through there.
I'd be pissed if I had a colostomy bag and I'm breathing through my butt. Like, I could breathe out of my butt, I just can't poop through it.
That's
Like,
a good
could you?
point.
I mean, in theory, could you breathe out of it if you were sitting?
I mean,
Why are you sitting like that, Ted? I'm breathing out of my butt, man.
Well, I'm just thinking about if you're on a flight. Like, do you just stand the whole time? There's no place to lay down.
You just
Right?
put your head on the seat. And
Do you have to sit like AC Slater and sit in every chair backwards so your butt kind of hangs off?
I guess you'd have to have like a doctor's note to explain to the flight crew, like, hey, man, I breathe out of my butt, and I know that's weird, but before you laugh, I need certain accommodations, you know?
Well, they're going to go with pure oxygen on the next test run.
Are they?
It's like 100 different people are going to go there and try it that way.
I wouldn't do that.
Just drag around an oxygen tank?
No, they're just putting more oxygen in the liquid that they put up in the... Basically, you have to hold that.
Yeah.
So it's like getting an enema that you need to hold, which is pretty difficult if you've ever had an enema.
I want to see the guys playing football. You know, the guy he just puts it down his pants, like, oh, he's one of those.
Hang on, man.
Terry Johnson breathing out of his ass.
Just had a big run. He's getting some oxygen.
Or in the cold games, like in Green Bay, just, the vapors shoot out of his butt. Everyone else is coming out of their helmet.
Everybody's down on the line. It's just coming out of the
One
back.
dude.
I hope it's a middle linebacker just in a 2-point stance.
I would hope it's the center.
Right? It just...
Blowing off some
It is
steam.
funny. That looks so cool when you see it, but you know that's miserable for
That
those
means
guys.
that is so freaking cold, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's coming off, the dragon breast coming off all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. A new study found that AI eats leisure time and makes employees work more. Probably because it's a little bit more involved than we give it credit for.
Yeah.
Like the prompts that you have to put in, the thinking that you actually have to do. You do have to be creative in order to do something with it.
It essentially is the answer to the equation that you just spent 20 minutes writing on the chalkboard. Right?
Correct.
And he goes, oh, here's what you're looking for, which is very convenient.
Right.
But it's not really doing the work for you.
Right. Look, calculators made calculating math easy. However, you still need to come up with the
in the
problem
equation, right.
and punch in the equation. Put your thinking caps on, boys. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day.
What percentage are you giving us?
99%, because I can't give you 100 anymore. It's an F word, and it is a verb. Okay. But it means to play and move about happily.
Frolic.
There you go.
Frolicking.
Frolic. It was frolic, just in the singular.
Has anyone used the word frolic for real? Like you read it.
Somebody used it on me this summer, and it was not nice. They were like,
when you're in the water.
Right, you look scared, and you were frolicking in the water.
Yeah, it says you're like dainty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, just how I operate, I don't know that I could ever use the word frolic seriously.
No, it'd have to be ironic when I'm saying
Yes.
Or you're making fun of someone.
Right.
Look at
Like
Ted
if you go
frolic
to
in the
you go
water.
to the Tulip Festival and you skip between the rows.
That's pretty much the only spot.
That's frolicking, right?
Right.
But it's got to be like that kind of environment.
Correct. It has to be truly whimsical.
It still doesn't seem very manly.
It's
No.
not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Men don't frolic.
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like to frolic.
I like to frolic inside of the flowers.
Right.
What a frolic like one of your French ladies.
I breathe from my anus so I can smell the flowers as I frolic through them.
There's a cancer vaccine that's showing some real promise against aggressive tumors of mice.
Okay.
Again, mice get all the luck.
I do.
They do.
Except when they don't.
Get all the luck.
Mice are going to be cancer-free very soon.
Mice have got it made.
Yeah, they really do.
I can drink booze.
They
I
just
can
got to
smoke
worry about that
cigarettes.
indoor-outdoor cat.
Yeah.
That's it. It's their biggest enemy right
They can wear all the lipsticks and makeups in the world. They're
been
cured of
tested.
any disease.
It would be wild to see like Super Mouse show up. And it's like nothing can hurt him except again that indoor-outdoor
Yeah,
cat.
that cat will take his eyes.
I'm going to kill the cat.
And it takes 2 days, and somehow the cat's already gotten him. You're like, you got to be kidding me. We put him in radiation. He was fine, but the damn cat got him.
It is kind of ironic. We cured your cat. Oh, the cat got him. Never.
There's no cure for this.
It's been confirmed that for the next 60 years or so, the Earth will be sporting an additional quasi-moon.
I heard that. Yeah.
Well, they say it's like 38 meters across.
Something like that. It's much smaller than Luna.
That's like, why bring it up?
Right.
If I can't see it with the naked eye, who cares?
Well,
bring it up.
they've got some measurement for what a moon is, but they said it's the size of a 16-story building.
Right, it's a quasi-moon.
if you are stuck in the gravitational pull of a planet, you are its moon.
Right.
Right. So just by definition, it's a moon. But I'm like, I mean, you're kind of a moon. It's
kind of the.
I mean, Pluto's got a moon that's the size of Pluto.
Pluto, yeah.
It's like the Foster moon.
And you're only here for a little while,
right? Like
you know
less
what I
than a
mean?
year. We're gonna, we're not gonna get to know you that well.
We're not even gonna name you,
right?
I'm sure they have.
I wouldn't say Foster moon. I'd say more of the rebound moon.
There you go, the rebound. moon.
You're like,
you know why you're here.
He's not gonna last. Everybody likes him. For a change, he's not dating an idiot, but it's the rebound moon.
Well, he's not gonna be here long, dude.
Yeah. God damn it, man. Tim was a good dude.
He was good, man.
Yeah.
He's clearly on his way to the friend zone, though.
Or right,
he's gonna get locked down here in a second.
Yeah.
That's what we call interstellar space. Oh, you're in the friend zone. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I've been that guy. You could look at all her exes, and it's just like, yeah.
Okay, for the record, I would have no problem being a rebound guy. Like, if that were just my job, right? Hey, what do you do for a living? I'm
Be
the rebound
upfront
guy.
about it.
Look, for whatever reason, man, I'll just never be in a long-term relationship. But hey, when you break up, we're going to have sex.
Yeah. I'll give you 2 or 3 weeks, man. You figure your crap out and move on.
Wasn't there's some famous surfer, and he was kind of famous for this.
Just being a rebound guy?
Where like A-list women, like when they broke up for some reason, they'd go date him for a few months.
Pete Davidson.
Well,
that's
Pete
not a
Davidson
bad
was
call.
Is that Kelly Slater?
I don't want to throw out it's either Slater
Laird Hamilton?
or Laird. It's one of the. You know what? It's got to be Slater because I think Hamilton's married to an old volleyball player or something that's super hot and used to be on MTV. I know.
You think?
I think.
You think? Yeah.
Don't know her name.
I tell you were struggling for that.
one broad, she was out there playing the volleyballs.
No, but that'd be a great gig.
Right, and somebody asked him about it. He's like, "Yeah, I don't plan on it." But he's
Gabrielle Sabatini.
that might be what it is.
Yeah, tennis player.
Might be.
Can we call it Quasi-Muno?
Yeah. There you go. Now I care about it.
There you go.
Gave it a great name.
Ted, what day is it, buddy?
Oh, it's Hump Day.
Oh, you're right. It's also International Stuttering Awareness Day.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 songs with stutters.
That's not a bad call. Oh, very good.
In honor of stuttering.
Yeah. So I decided when we go for stuttering, I know that this isn't the exact metric. However, for us, these are the 10 hardest English words to pronounce.
Without stuttering.
I will say this, Mike. In my lifetime, whatever they've done with stuttering as far as teaching people how to
Stop it!
get out of it,
Yeah.
they have.
Hell yeah.
I mean, maybe it was just when I grew up.
Say
in
a
West Virginia,
word.
but, like, we had 2 kids in my class growing up that stuttered.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of people that stuttered.
My cousin used to have a real bad
But
stuttering problem.
I don't run
And then-
into that as much anymore, so they must have figured something out on how to treat it.
Just spit your words out.
Today, Junior.
What was the movie? A Fish Called Wanda. I don't remember. It was maybe John Cleese. Whatever. His character had a stuttering problem through the whole movie.
Yeah.
As the movie starts to climax, like he's the only person that knows where somebody is that this woman's looking for. So she's like, "Hey man, where's Ted?" He's like, and she goes, "If you can tell me, I will mouth hug you." Like Ted went down the block around.
So these are the 10 hardest English words to pronounce. I will give you guys the description, much like the word of the day. I will give you the description and see if you guys can figure it out. This is a D word, often used in British English to refer to draft beer.
Drought.
Very good. Drought.
D-R-A-U-G-H-T.
Yeah. Why is that hard to say?
Drought?
Actually, no, it's draft.
Draft. So there's a silent F.
D-R-A-U-G-H-T. Draft.
Yeah.
Like a Guinness draft.
All right.
Yeah.
So we say draft, they say draft. That just sounds like England to
I thought it
US.
was draught.
It's an unusual
for some
spelling
reason.
that doesn't reflect its pronunciation, particularly with the silent GH. A common mispronunciation that you might hear is drought or draft. It's draft.
Guinness draft.
So the F is in they invent that.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 9 is an R word. It's an area that's also called the countryside. It's an R word.
Rural.
What's that word, Ted?
Rural.
That's a Maryland, man. You can't Maryland people can't say that word.
It's a very rural area.
Just rural, man.
Rural.
Rural. You sound like a lion trying to find his voice.
Don't do that to Maryland people.
Yeah.
I will say, I follow an English guy that comes to America a lot. He can't say it for the life of him.
Rural.
But I can't make fun of him. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
You kind of are.
Rural.
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 It's like a Merle.
It's like Merlin.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I'm trying to find the explanation
I'm
here
not
of this one.
stuttering. I just can't say it.
All right. Number 8 is an M word. and it means a troublemaker. It's their
mischievous.
Very good, Miles. So a frequent mistake is saying mischievous. It's
mischievous.
Mischievous.
Mischievous. She's a mischievous little lad.
But I feel like sometimes people say words wrong to sound smarter.
Yeah.
Right. So you could have a teacher and they're bitching at the school for an assembly. They know damn well that the word is mischievous, but for whatever reason, and I will not deal with this mischievous behavior.
So is it mischievous?
Just mischievous.
No, but if you're going to say mischievous,
yeah.
How do you say that then?
Yeah, mischievous.
Okay, so you say the E there.
Mischievous.
Because mischievous is different than mischievous.
Mischievous, right.
Yeah.
Mischievous to me, that sounds like the first name of a wide receiver from the University of Florida. Mischievous Johnson.
Hardest English words to pronounce. Number 6 is a P word. That's an infection that inflames the air sacs in one or both lungs.
Pneumonia.
I was about to say pneumonia.
Jesus Christ. Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Yeah, so Miles, you said it correctly. Pneumonia, not pneumonia.
It's like pterodactyl.
Okay.
Correct. So the IA is
A.
Right.
It's like a deaf person going to the bathroom. The P is silent.
Very good. Pneumonia.
You do spell pneumonia
PN.
But the chemical's different, right? Or the pneumonia?
Ammonia. Yeah, way different.
Good job, Ted.
Just a quick side note. Why is the word phonetic spelled the way it is?
PHOEN.
But what does it mean? A word that is spelled exactly the way it sounds. So a phonetic is the worst example of its own definition.
Should it be phonetics?
It should be with an F. Right.
With an F.
Because phonetic, they're like, oh yeah, phonetic. They spell it the way it sounds. Okay. Not phonetic. Phonetic, you actually spell the PH.
This is an S word, and it's a small woodland mammal.
Squirrel.
So, this is another one where people commonly struggle with. So you may hear squirrel or squirrel, but both are wrong. It's squirrel.
Squirrel.
A squirrel.
When my son was young, he couldn't say girl or squirrel, and he sounded like Popeye.
Yeah.
So Dad, I don't know what's all these squoils outside. I'm like, what? Like squoils, like goyles. I'm like, wow, dude.
The dog's chasing a squirrel. A squirrel.
Ted, you know this one. It's an O word, and it's when a word mimics the sound that they describe.
I always get this
like
one wrong.
buzz or sizzle or clang.
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Well done.
Did I say it right?
Onomatopoeia.
And how is that the word for that?
Onomatopoeia.
See,
that's what I'm saying.
A word that sounds like it.
You don't want conditions that describe what it is. I want words that sound like what it's supposed to be.
It's like phonetic, onomatopoeia. They're not even reasonably close to their own freaking definition. Onomatopoeia sounds like something your Italian grandmother says when she stubs her toe, but doesn't want to cuss in front of you.
This one, we all know how to say it. This one's more difficult for people that are trying to learn English. So again, these are the hardest English words to pronounce. It's a C word, and it's a military rank.
Captain.
Colonel. Very good.
Captain.
Good job, Ted. Proud of you, buddy.
Colonel.
Everyone can say Captain Crunch.
This one is an A word, and it's beautiful, delicate flowers, but are also a type of predatory sea creature.
Algae.
Not that one, no.
Predatory sea creature or beautiful type of flower?
Oh, alba. No, wait a minute.
It's what,
albatross?
It's what clownfish live in. It's the plant, the underwater plant that clownfish live in.
Anemone.
Amoeba.
Sea anemone.
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 That's what I always thought. No, it is not.
What?
It is anemone.
Anemone.
It is not anemone because that's easy to say.
Why don't you get down on your anemone?
Anemone. Anemone. AEANEMONE. Anemone.
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 Don't they even address that in Finding Nemo?
Yes.
Like the teacher has his kids. Say, hey kids, where do we live? And all the one kid's trying to say, I see. And the teacher even says, okay, just stop before you hurt yourself.
Yeah. This one here is a W word, and it's W sauce.
Worcestershire.
I'd just say, what's this here?
Worcestershire.
So they have two different sayings. It's Worcestershire or Worcestershire.
Oh, so no R.
Worcestershire.
Okay, so I'm saying Worcestershire, and it's not
Worcestershire.
And then I'll leave you with this last one.
I do agree with the barbecue guys who just call it W sauce.
W sauce.
Let's just stop.
Worcestershire sauce. This is an F word. I'm not even going to describe what it is. Actually, I will here. It's a 18th century word made up of 4 Latin prefixes meaning nothing. And it's the act of estimating something as worthless. I'm going to have you guys come over here and give this one a shot and see if you can say it out loud.
Faux?
No, not faux.
That's a good guess, though.
F-A-U-X? No.
Right on the microphone, boys.
Flossa, nasa, hillification.
There you go.
Flossa, nasa.
In the microphone, please.
Hillification. Flossa, nasa, sin, Flossa, nasa, nahi, hillification. Yeah, we use that all the time.
Give it a go, Ted.
Floxu nasu nahi upilfication.
I feel like you just introduced the entire Chinese
He's summoning
delegation.
Floxu nasu nahi upilfication.
And then the witch showed up.
I've never actually heard that word used.
No.
Why is that a word?
It sounds like I'm trying to teach you a hoka.
No.
Or a haka. Yeah.
A woman hit a man with her car, but you won't believe what she's blaming the crash on, Miles.
What was she blaming the crash on?
How about it at 5:50?
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast an unidentified man from Usak, Turkey. I don't know if I said that right, but whatever. Anyway, he just completed a divorce from his wife, but a court, it ruled that he had to pay his now ex-wife additional financial compensation. You see, spouses come up with nicknames for each other, some more endearing than others, but rarely do these end up as the reason for a divorce. Now, exceptions do occur, and that was the case with a couple in question. Basically, it all started because of how our honoree had his wife's name saved in his phone. I'm curious to know, Mike, do you have your wife saved in your phone by any name other than her name?
Yes.
Is it bad?
No.
What is?
It's just it's our
Lady of the Night?
No, damn it, no! It's our pet name that we use.
Okay.
Does she have your pet name in her phone?
Yes, pretty sure.
What is your pet name?
I'm not gonna say.
Is it embarrassing or is it fun?
I mean, it's cutesy. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
It's Red Rocket.
Yeah.
Pink Putty.
Tush Push.
Pink Putty.
Tush Push.
Oh, no.
Well, this guy, he saved his wife's name under... My wife is La Diabla, by the way. As in the devil, but she knows. And I'm not wrong. But the wife claimed that the nickname was degrading and damaging and that it absolutely ruined their marital relationship. Now, the court agreed, ordered him to pay an additional compensation. So, let this be a lesson to husbands everywhere. Do not label your wife as, quote, chubby on your phone. Come on. He didn't put her in there like when they got divorced. Like, that is how he had his wife and his phone, just chubby. And that is
you got to change that at some point.
Chubs.
Chubby. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
Chubby. It's a chubby. Over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bijola. Let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This 206-803 Rock. Profile This is next.
from coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, experts have the math on how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But first, with the cost of college continuing to skyrocket, many parents are urging their children to take a so-called gap year after high school graduation.
Nothing wrong with taking a little time off from academia, man.
I agree. The idea of the gap year is to really figure out what it is that you want to major in should you go to college, and if you're lucky, maybe travel and see the world.
That's what I did when I was 18, Playboy.
You traveled the world when you were 18?
Well, not the world, but I traveled through Europe and Asia when I was younger.
Really? How did you finance that trip?
Saved as much money as I could, but I booked most of my trip through Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines? I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines.
Yes, I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget.
Budget
Airlines.
I understand, Felix. I'm saying I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
There's no such thing as Budget Airlines, Playboy.
Felix, you literally just told me that you flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
I did no such thing. I said I flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
Budget?
Why do you keep saying Budget Airlines, man? I said Budget Airlines.
Budget.
Budget, man. Come on.
Wait a minute. Are you saying butt, as in the thing that you sit on, your posterior, Budget Airlines?
That is correct. Budget Airlines.
What in the world is Budget Airlines?
Budget Airlines is a budget airline.
You flew a budget airline called Budget Airlines?
Through Europe and Asia, yeah. Budget Airlines is a subsidiary of Derriere.
There's an airline called Derriere?
Yeah, and Derriere's budget airline is Budget Airlines.
Why would you fly an airline called Budget?
Because I was on a budget, Stone.
So you've said. I guess what I want to know is why someone would fly an airline called Budget.
The airline's name is a reflection of how you travel, man.
I don't follow.
Budget, man. Same number of seats as the regular airline, but twice as many passengers.
Twice as many passengers? How does that even work? Is there standing room or something?
Nah, man, nothing like that. On Budget, either you sit on someone's lap or someone sits on your lap.
Hold on. People sit on each other's laps on Budget Airlines?
Yeah. That's why it's called Budget, man.
I see. And how does one choose if they will be sitting on someone's lap or if someone will be sitting on their lap?
Well, that's up to the premium passengers, Playboy. If you're a premium passenger, you can choose to sit on a lap or have your lap sat upon.
This is ridiculous and very unsafe.
And for those two exact reasons, Budget is an affordable way to travel.
Are you a premium member? Did you get to choose this lap situation?
I'm afraid not, Stone. I shared many uncomfortable flights with complete strangers. Also made a few close friends. You never know who you meet on Budget. Most memorable person I met had to be Mario.
Ah, Mario. He was another passenger, was he?
Yeah.
And were you sitting on his lap or was he sitting on yours?
Mario was on my lap, but he wasn't really sitting.
What do you mean he wasn't really sitting on your lap?
Mario was an amputee, man, so there wasn't much of him on my lap.
Not much of him?
Yeah, man. Mario was amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's just a head. So you're saying that this man...
Mario.
Yes, Mario. You're saying that this Mario was just a head. He had no body.
Yeah, man. Amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's not possible.
That's what I thought until Mario and I started chatting, man. Real nice guy. Big soccer fan. Allergic to shellfish. Which is crazy because he worked at a seafood restaurant.
A man with only a head worked at a restaurant.
Yeah. Said he was the head chef. Before that, he was the head of security.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm just telling you what Mario told me, man. He could have been joking. He even said he was trying to break into comedy.
Ah, a budding comedian.
That's actually why he was on that flight. Said he got his big break at a comedy club in Istanbul.
He got a gig at a comedy club.
Yeah, man. He was a headliner.
I saw Mario perform his comedy routine once. Wait a minute, you've actually seen this Mario
The
character?
Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen throw hooks to please everyone on Profile This is played.
Sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Allison. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hello.
Hola. All right, Allison, you understand how this here game is played?
Yep.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. Today we offer you Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Hit Me with your best shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone chose to use as a weapon. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
I'm going to take License to Spill.
The California Highway Patrol warned Fresno area residents of a very sticky situation resulting from a truck losing its load on the roadway. I don't know, they call me truck. Anyway, the CHP Fresno said on social media that the spill occurred Monday evening in the southbound lanes of Highway 99. They shared photos of cargo on the road as well as a sticky mess caused by cargo being run over by other vehicles. The California Department of Transportation crew was summoned to the highway to clear the mess, and after a few hours, the highway was finally cleared to be driven again. The question is, what did the truck spill and what did other vehicles drive through? Was it honey? Was it maple syrup? Was it blueberries? Or was it glue? So honey, syrup, blueberries, or glue, what spilled on the roadway and people just drove through it anyway?
You know, I'm going to say honey. I don't think it's good.
Hello.
And I don't think they have blueberries in that central, valley.
Okay, so you're going honey.
I'm going, doesn't seem like a big pancake area. Thing down there, more, like crepes.
Sure, of course.
I'm going glue.
Glue.
And what'd she take?
Honey. She took honey.
You know what? Screw it. I'll take syrup.
Syrup for 10.
Or you know what? No, check that. I'm taking blueberries.
Blueberries. Okay.
Because they get sticky too.
Profile this. California Highway Patrol warned Fresno residents that a semi had spilled a sticky substance all over the roadway to avoid the area for a while. It was eventually cleared up after a couple hours. Question is, what did the truck spill all over the road? Honey, maple syrup, blueberries, or glue?
And Allison, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. You went glue.
I went glue.
It was not glue. Allison, you went honey. Oh, I'm afraid it was not honey. Not the end of the world. And Ted originally went, maple
syrup and blueberries.
Then Ted said, no, F that. I'm going to go blueberries. Ted settled on blueberries. And he was correct.
Yes! Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Tim.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Your choices today, you got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kibble.
Colbert.
Steven.
Seth Meyers. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have talented teams of writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The NBA season officially tipped off on NBC. You know the NBA is on NBC because when a player commits a foul, you hear the Law and Order music. LeBron James didn't play, but he did appear in 50 DraftKings commercials with Kevin Hart.
Ted Smith.
Fallon.
The new NBA season officially tipped off right here on NBC. You know the NBA is on NBC because when a player commits a foul, you hear this. That's it. That's the way we do it. LeBron James didn't play tonight. However, he did appear in 50 DraftKings commercials with Kevin Hart.
The White House is undergoing some changes to the East Wing. And if you're wondering what it looks like, just think about that weird old place you had your senior prom.
Myers.
Fallon.
Smith.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong.
Did you see the pictures of that place?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's how he likes to design stuff. I just remember going to a prom at like a country club. And we were like, what in the hell?
Yeah, because it was designed in 1982.
Many experts are concerned that an AI bubble in the stock market, which would be a disaster, because presently the AI industry is 17 the size of the dot-com frenzy. That was 25 years ago. And that crash was so bad, a lot of us had to take our pets.com to a farmupstate.org.
Let's say Colbert.
Experts are worried about an AI bubble in the stock market, which would be a disaster because presently the AI industry is 17 times the size of the dot-com frenzy, okay? That was 25 years ago, and that crash was so bad, a lot of us had to take our pets.com to a farmupstate.org.
According to new research, the world's most disliked airline is American Airlines. Today, both Spirit and Southwest looked at each other like, how?
Fallon. Seth?
Fallon.
According to a new report, the world's most disliked airline is American Airlines. Oh. Yep, today both Spirit and Southwest looked at each other like, how?
I don't know, man. I was just on a bunch of Southwest flights. It was fine.
Oh, they're saying American Airlines.
Right. Well, I know. I took an American Airlines flight recently, too.
Yeah, it was
like,
fine.
right. But, yeah, it's always easy to make fun of Spirit. I've never taken Spirit, so I can't say anything about it. But, like, I just learned the hard way. Southwest, you just got to make sure you get to the gate on time and line up.
I can't say anything bad about so like United. They maybe 2 years ago they were the number one airline to kill your pet if you were going to fly with your pet. But the thing I just can't get past it with Spirit. And look, things happen, but just the fact that you're mid-flight and a bat starts flying around the cabin, man.
But I think it's not on one of the most hated airlines because you know what you're getting when it comes to
True.
If you go to Walmart, you know that you're going to get something for cheap. You're going to get plenty of it. However, the quality might be lacking.
And eye candy if the candy is black licorice.
Yeah.
Right.
The black
Some
licorice
people
of
like
eye
it.
candy.
Overwhelmingly, people do not.
The good and plenty of eye candy.
Walmart.
Oh, no.
The NFL's moving its Pro Bowl festivities, which is a great word, to Super Bowl week beginning this February. Basically, Roger Goodell announced a change on Wednesdays after they had the fall owners meeting. The plans to hold the Pro Bowl games on Tuesday night, February 3rd in the Bay Area. Change of venue from Orlando. Basically, the Pro Bowl is still going to be the same thing. Flag football between the AFC and NFC. They put that in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is the better choice because at least with flag football, they're being competitive.
Yeah.
You might injure yourself, but you're not hitting each other. I mean, a couple times if you see a few blows, but overwhelmingly, they want to win and they put some effort in. Where when it was the standard football game, it's like, come on, man.
Well, they said like the NFL is trying to capitalize on the increased interest in flag football.
Yeah.
Which I get, right? It's going to be in the 2028 Summer Olympics and this and that. But also, like, I think it's a good idea because it's just a skills competition. Have it the same week.
Exactly.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Because everybody, because that week before, like, I mean, look, if you're a real junkie, you'd watch it, but you'd still be like, what are we doing? But if you put it on that Tuesday
you realize
night,
you're a junkie when you're asking. You're not going to stop watching it, but you do ask yourself.
And a lot of
what
the best players in the NFL, they're already at the Super Bowl. They have signing obligations. They have meet and greets. They have all that stuff going on.
The only thing I would
a lot of those guys are already there.
The only thing I would say different, honestly, is you already have a national team that plays flag football.
Yeah.
Like,
have them go up against the NFL guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Just for the hell of it, because there is differences in the game and stuff. In theory, the NFL guys, like, because they're all specialists, should be fine. You know what I mean? And then, I don't know, go back to the old thing. Have all the linemen sit up there and just see who can bench the most.
Also,
squat the most.
you can do that, or you could like bring in like kind of like the celebrity NBA games, where one team's got Stamos, a quarterback, the other team's got somebody else.
Let
Good
a celebrity quarterback.
Good
and
luck.
Then,
You got a couple of the TV stars on the outside or whatever, and they got to figure it out against
That'd be cool. I'd watch it, man.
Obviously, we all know we're getting towards the holiday season. The first one, of course, would be Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good list of the best slasher movies of all time. I just have the top 10.
Slasher. So you got to think Jason and Michael are on there, right?
Somewhere on there.
Because they're in my mind, they're the original slashers. It used to be horror movies, and then you started getting into the slashers.
I feel like the greatest slasher would be Scream. Because that to me
Yeah.
is a true
Or the-
slasher. It's like the best of
Or the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre, number 6 on the list.
Okay.
How Scream didn't make this list, I don't
It's
know.
not.
No
I'm-
kidding.
I mean,
That's
it's
their
the
whole thing.
It's the whole thing, right? And it's them kind of being a slasher movie.
Right, trying not to be slashed.
So how about Friday the 13th?
Not on the list.
Halloween.
Halloween's number 1.
Okay.
Number one. There
All
we
right.
go.
And how was Friday the maybe because he varies it up.
Right.
Right, Michael Myers, he's going to stab you. Jason, I saw him kill one woman by stuffing a plastic trumpet in her eyeball. One time he zipped a kid into the sleeping bag and swung him into a tree.
Right.
It was funny, but not slasher.
Right, so like number 10 is Alice, Sweet Alice from 1976.
I've
never even heard of it.
No.
Never heard of that one.
1981, number 9, you have The Burning.
The Burning. That's not slashing. That's burning.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So in 64, you have Blood and Black Lace.
No idea.
No.
That just sounds like nobody had a safety word. Right? Best slasher movies of all time. Number 7, Deep Red from 1975.
No.
And then, like Miles, he said Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That shows up there. Number 5, you have Peeping Tom from 1960.
No.
Seems like there was a golden era of this.
Yeah,
60s and
apparently.
70s.
What in the
There
world?
was, because number 4 on the list, now we all know this one, Psycho.
Yeah.
Now that's, again, definition of a slasher movie, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
He's a whack job. He's got his dead mom's body in there, but, he...
He checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, it's just the one scene anyone thinks of. Granted, it's an
Right.
iconic scene.
I mean,
right,
there's a couple scenes that are in the movie, but you're right. It's not a big like slasher horror. People died, but it
was more weird than slasher.
I can see it being on the list as an inspiration for the slasher movie.
Fair enough.
All right,
Fair
next on the list, number 3, you have Black Christmas, 1974.
enough. Yeah.
Well,
I don't remember that.
Those kind of
That
Black
was just a
Christmas
loud one.
movies, though, I think are generally like a soulful Christmas, right? This is just
Starring
like
Pam
it's-
Grier and
it's-
Billy D. Williams.
It's
Tyler
bad.
Perry presents
Black Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a black Christmas.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I wondered.
I guess he's slashing.
I mean, he's got the
turn his
Wolverine
hands.
hand.
Right, so does Wolverine count as a slasher movie?
Right.
It should.
I mean,
he's
did
got
just-
one move.
He did just as much slashing as Jason did, because Freddy had a lot of different weird ways that he killed people.
True. That's
he,
a good point.
He took
right.
advantage of the nether realm that was the dream world.
And both do it comically.
Yeah.
Like they'll drop a funny line. Like
Freddy's one. It just can't help himself. Like Freddy, can you kill someone without saying anything stupid? It's almost like they made a bet.
Right.
He's like, I'm trying. Don't say anything dumb. Don't. Damn it! I have to say something.
It's like if you were this funny, they wouldn't have killed you.
Oh damn! That was Mike's last words. You know, Freddy. Just quick side note.
Well, generally, yeah, comedy and cold-blooded murder like don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right, like the guy might laugh while he's slashing you, but just because he's insane.
That's why I'm worried about Jordan Peele.
I feel like the slasher movies will make you laugh more than most movies. Because they're so ridiculously over the top, they're not scary.
Right.
So
right.
basically, all you do is just sit there and laugh at the ridiculousness of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a quick jump scare and
Yeah,
then chuckle.
then you just like
But think
laugh.
about like Jack the Ripper, right? We all know
Hilarious.
that story. There's a couple theories, but none of them are like he was a comedian, right? It's like,
Catch him on Thursdays at the Yuck Factory.
He was really doing that, though.
right?
The
They're
Yuck
like,
Factory.
right? He was
It's
either
like Jeffrey Dahmer.
a barber or a doctor,
Yeah.
right? Right. Again, Jeffrey Dahmer. Of all the things they say about him, like nobody's like, God damn, was he funny though? That was the weird part.
Because he didn't drop any lines.
Hey, Gacy was a clown.
That is true.
Clowns are different.
But he was the scariest. Like, you look at the picture of him as a clown, and you're like, dude, he looks like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sorry, clowns. If you're a professional clown, you could hear my voice.
Sorry, clowns.
If you're a professional clown, but like, I don't put you in the same group as comedians or comedic actors.
You're not.
Or people that do improv.
Yeah.
But you put
Your BS comedy.
right.
It'd be
Pie
more
throwing.
vaudeville, I think, if you're going to give him something.
Sure.
Because it's all physical
Right. Stage presence style comedy.
for lack
Well,
of
and
a
the
better
clown's already kind of messing with you, right?
Sure.
Like, like when does that handkerchief in, right? Which is a weird little circle of hell. Like the clown is like, it's funny when you watch him do it to other people, whereas a comedian
What was
generally is funny to everybody.
what was Bob Goldthwait's clown?
What was the movie?
It was like Tickles the Clown, something.
I can't remember. If I were a clown, two things I would do. One, my scarf would only be like 1 inch long. Right, because everyone's waiting for it to take forever.
Shakes.
So when they
Shakes
grab it,
clown.
it's just done. And then my little, the flower that shoots water. You'd be like, rubbing alcohol.
Right in the eye.
Yeah.
If I know you, I feel like it'd be Jack Daniels.
I wouldn't have to shoot it in my mouth.
Why is Nipples over there sucking on his flower?
That's how he gets ready.
His big shoes just in it.
Right. So even if you don't watch college football, right? College Game Day is kind of an institution. And credit to Fox. They're doing a good job with that big noon kickoff, trying to get it going. The other thing, too, is once you're kind of the first or the older one, like, it doesn't matter who CBS puts on their game day show. The NFC always just has the number one show.
Sure.
Whatever network the NFC has been on,
that is the one.
That traditionally is always going to be the one that has better ratings. And I don't know if it's because the teams are older or this or that. It's just kind of the way it is. So, like, Big Noon, they'll get better numbers, right? They got Portnoy on there and stuff now. And, like, they're trying, but it's just hard to create with, especially too. You had Lee Corso on there for years, like
right.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you weren't a big college fan, you knew about Game Day. And when it comes to your town, it is about.
I also think it's the size of the market. You got the Rams in L.A., or you've got the Bears in Chicago, Philly, New York,
the Giants,
Washington D.C. Yeah, I mean you got all these teams that are in bigger markets than say Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore. So there's going to be more people who are fan bases and watching them.
Yeah, and when you talk about New York City, what a massive, you know what I mean? But I was talking to a guy this weekend. He was from New York, and finally I said, "You a Giants fan?" And he just kind of put his head down on, Jets, huh? And he's like, "Yeah, there is a lot of us, but he's like, just most of it is Giants fans.
Absolutely.
There's no point in going to the game."
Jesus Christ, I know. So game day is going to be in Nashville this weekend. So there's a ton of people, right? They always have a guest picker.
Yeah.
Right. So like in Seattle. One year it was Hope Solo.
Okay.
Who's the comedian? Talk Soup and everything.
Joel McHale.
Joe McHale. He's done it because he played at UW. So some of the people they have on the list that are kind of interesting, like Kenny Chesney, right?
Okay.
Massive Tennessee. Now, granted, they're there for a Vanderbilt game, so I don't think
it doesn't matter.
I don't think it's going to be him.
Okay.
Right. Luke Bryan. He's done it before. Chris Stapleton. That one was kind of interesting. I didn't know that he went to Vandy before he dropped out to do music.
I'm glad you boys asked my opinion.
Well, thank God he dropped out.
The one...
Morgan Wallen?
No.
I don't care, man. I was here to drink.
The one on the list, honestly, they should use is Lainey Wilson.
Hell yeah.
You would get the
popular, right? You know her. Everybody knows her name, even if you don't like country music. She was on Yellowstone. People kind of forget before she really blew up. It's like, yeah, if you're going to have it in town, you're going to do it there. Like, have her do it.
Please.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with it. There you go, Miles.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room on The Rock.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, experts have the math on how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But first, with the cost of college continuing to skyrocket, many parents are urging their children to take a so-called gap year after high school graduation.
Nothing wrong with taking a little time off from academia, man.
I agree. The idea of the gap year is to really figure out what it is that you want to major in should you go to college, and if you're lucky, maybe travel and see the world.
That's what I did when I was 18, Playboy.
You traveled the world when you were 18?
Well, not the world, but I traveled through Europe and Asia when I was younger.
Really? How did you finance that trip?
Saved as much money as I could, but I booked most of my trip through Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines? I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines.
Yes, I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
Budget Airlines.
I understand, Felix. I'm saying I've never heard of Budget Airlines.
There's no such thing as Budget Airlines, Playboy.
Felix, you literally just told me that you flew Budget Airlines around Europe and Asia.
I did no such thing. I said I flew budget airlines around Europe and Asia.
Budget?
Why do you keep saying budget airlines, man? I said budget airlines.
Budget.
Budget, man. Come on.
Wait a minute. Are you saying butt as in the thing that you sit on, your posterior, Butt Jet Airlines?
That is correct. Budget Airlines.
What in the world is Butt Jet Airlines?
Budget Airlines is a budget airline.
You flew a budget airline called Butt Jet Airlines?
Through Europe and Asia, yeah. Budget Airlines is a subsidiary of Derriere.
There's an airline called Derriere?
Yeah, and Derriere's budget airline is Budget Airlines.
Why would you fly an airline called Butt Jet?
Because I was on a budget, Stone.
So you've said. I guess what I want to know is why someone would fly an airline called Butt Jet.
The airline's name is a reflection of how you travel, man.
I don't follow.
Budget, man. Same number of seats as the regular airline, but twice as many passengers.
Twice as many passengers? How does that even work? Is there standing room or something?
Nah, man, nothing like that. On budget, either you sit on someone's lap or someone sits on your lap.
Hold on. People sit on each other's laps on Butt Jet Airlines?
Yeah. That's why it's called budget, man.
I see. And how does one choose if they will be sitting on someone's lap or if someone will be sitting on their lap?
Well, that's up to the premium passengers, Playboy. If you're a premium passenger, you can choose to sit on a lap or have your lap sat upon.
This is ridiculous and very unsafe.
And for those two exact reasons, budget is an affordable way to travel.
Are you a premium member? Did you get to choose this lap situation?
I'm afraid not, Stone. I shared many uncomfortable flights with complete strangers. Also made a few close friends. You never know who you meet on budget. Most memorable person I met had to be Mario.
Ah, Mario. He was another passenger, was he?
Yeah.
And were you sitting on his lap or was he sitting on yours?
Mario was on my lap, but he wasn't really sitting.
What do you mean he wasn't really sitting on your lap?
Mario was an amputee, man, so there wasn't much of him on my lap.
Not much of him?
Yeah, man. Mario was amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's just a head. So you're saying that this man...
Mario.
Yes, Mario. You're saying that this Mario was just a head. He had no body.
Yeah, man. Amputated from the neck down.
Felix, that's not possible.
That's what I thought until Mario and I started chatting, man. Real nice guy. Big soccer fan. Allergic to shellfish. Which is crazy because he worked at a seafood restaurant.
A man with only a head worked at a restaurant.
Yeah. Said he was the head chef. Before that, he was the head of security.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm just telling you what Mario told me, man. He could have been joking. He even said he was trying to break into comedy.
Ah, a budding comedian.
That's actually why he was on that flight. Said he got his big break at a comedy club in Istanbul.
He got a gig at a comedy club.
Yeah, man. He was a headliner.
I saw Mario perform his comedy routine once. Wait a minute, you've actually seen this Mario character? Not in Istanbul, no, but I actually saw him locally a few years ago at the Gigglebox Comedy Club. He was really funny. Okay, let's just go to break. This is ridiculous. We will be back next hour, folks.
Get down while you're still ahead.
Felix?
Returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. World to the wise. Don't get a penis enlargement from a guy in a 1995 Toyota Corolla.
Noted.
Meanwhile, because of animal nest in a kitchen fan, a family apartment goes down the hola. Pennsylvania man doesn't like when people have sex with his mom. A woman says because of her heels, her new boyfriend is gone. And a college professor beats a kid for riding his e-bike. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, our top story. Much like Miles, when I read the headline, I completely misunderstood the story. The story is actually awful. So we go to Houston, where a first date did not end as planned. A couple were walking out of the local Voodoo Donut Shop. Side note, they have expanded to Texas. At 2 o'clock in the morning, when they were stunned by a pair of blinding headlights headed straight for them. They attempted to get out of the way of the car, but seeing as it was barreling down the road at 70 miles an hour, the man was struck by the vehicle. He did unfortunately pass from his injuries, and the woman who hit him has been taken to court on manslaughter charges. But the reason that she gave for hitting him was that her Louboutins got caught on the gas pedal, making her unable to slow down.
And Louboutins are what, her high heels?
Her high heels, yes.
She didn't mention the booze or the cocaine she was on?
Correct. The cocaine baggies that they found all over the place, and the .301 blood alcohol content that they found her with.
What town is this in?
2 in the morning.
No, what town?
Oh, Houston.
Wow. Well, I mean, also, she's wearing Louis Vuittons. I'm not shocked she does coke.
She's very rich.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
understanding is that she was very, very wealthy.
But like Miles, I read the headline as this first date, she just hit this dude with her car, and I'm like,
thought
why?
the same thing. Like, damn,
Like,
man.
oh no, this sucks. Louboutins, and that is too damn close to Louis Vuitton. So I've been getting that wrong my entire life. Louboutins.
Yeah, I would know.
Yeah.
It's not the coke. It's not the alcohol.
Right.
It's my heels.
It's because your heel got stuck behind the dog. Yeah, okay, at 70 miles an hour.
I'll be dead honest. I didn't know what the hell they were either until Cardi B with Bodak Yellow and talking about red bottom shoes. I'm like, red bottom? These bloody shoes. I'm like, what is she talking about? My buddy's like, it's a high-end women's high heel.
Is it the buddy I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah, God almighty. I love this guy. I do.
Yeah.
I do. And he's a giant of a man, right? So
Okay,
he's
so-
built like
so it is who I'm thinking of.
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And about a year ago, he bumped into me and my wife at actually the watering hole. You weren't there. And he came over, and he's a very gifted orator, if you will. right?
Absolutely.
So he's talking, but they started talking about women's shoes, right? My wife just kind of cocked her head to the side like, dude, you know a lot about women's shoes. And he looked at it, and I love how he said this. He's like, just call me one of the ladies. And then he went back into his spiel about women's shoes. I mean, dude, but somehow he's cool when he does it.
Yeah.
None of us could get away with the way he can sit down. You could go to a bachelorette party, and they would all be listening to him because they'd be like, oh, girl, I know.
Just holding court.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In other news, rough story out of Pennsylvania. Another amorous couple's night didn't end the way that they intended either. The couple in their 50s were in the man's truck outside of her home having a little fun before saying goodbye for the night. But out from the house walked the woman's 24-year-old son, who was less than happy that the two were hooking up in his truck because that's his mom.
Well, yeah, that's why you're here, boy.
Yeah. They had been engaging in a sexual relationship for some time, and he took issue with that. He made a couple of failed attempts to accomplish his mission before getting into the back seat of the truck and pointing the 9mm handgun that he had in his possession at the back of the man's seat. And in spite of pleas from his mother, he fired a couple shots through the seat into the man's torso. He called 911 and blamed on himself, and blamed the physical engagement with his mother that made him act out of control. He was arrested on a handful of charges and currently due in court. Look, dude, I understand you don't like that somebody's fooling around with your mom.
Sure.
I can fully understand
I didn't
that.
like that my dad's fooling around with my mom, but still.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But dial it back, bro.
And maybe you've had a conversation. I don't care how many conversations you had. This is not the answer. Your mom is still her own person, unless he is doing something physical to you at 24 years old. Kind of odd, but okay.
Yeah.
If mom's just getting handsy in the truck, you don't get to do this.
Let your mom have fun.
Right. I went out of control. I know. It would drive me crazy, too.
I mean, it's already extreme that he's sitting behind him with the weapon.
Right.
But to actually fire a couple rounds into the guy, like, are you, like...
Right.
Yeah.
It's also kind of extreme. I mean, if I'm the guy, like, son, do you understand why you're on this planet?
Right.
Your mom, before me, did this kind of thing with someone else, your father, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe they're divorced, maybe died. I don't know.
My question is, you're 24. Why aren't you trying to go and do the same thing with somebody else?
Why are you worried about me?
Right.
You weirdo.
Go jump in your own car. Go see if you can catch you one. Go.
Borrow my car, but leave me alone.
All right. Use my truck. I'm going to go use your room.
On your Star Wars bed.
I'm not going to change the sheets. Establish dominance. To Michigan, where the fire crews found a source of an interesting fire. They were called to a home over the weekend where a fire unexpectedly broke out inside of the walls of the home. They did a little digging and figured out that the fire had originated from the kitchen's exhaust fan over the stove.
Oh.
But before you think this homeowner was negligent about common fire hazards, they discovered that the fire was due to a bird that had laid its nest inside of the shaft. The nest had accumulated enough grease to eventually become a fire hazard and ignited. Crews shared the story online and used it as an opportunity to warn neighbors to 1, check their fans, and to 2, make sure that the exhaust chutes have covers over them to keep unwanted animal intruders out.
I think they also need to put a PSA out to birds. Don't make a nest here.
Right.
Bad things happen.
Just hang a sign. No.
Just
Maybe make a nest everywhere.
They do. Make them anywhere. They
Yeah.
got one in the corner of my house every spring. I know they're back.
Yeah.
And it's the beautiful little baby birds chirping at 5:30, and it just pisses my wife off. Which cries, shut the F up. I'm like, baby, they're little baby birds.
Right. I'll take a bird's nest over a bee's nest. I had a wasp nest off my shed. I don't know if I showed you guys the picture of the big SOB that I pulled off.
No.
But what I do like is there's a bee's nest that's across the street from my house, where the school's at over there. There's a bunch of ivy that's in there, so now it's not harming anybody. Like these bees put it in the right spot. I remember I was walking by one day. There was a whole bunch of bees just going all around this one spot of the ivy.
Yeah.
And then I walked by. I was like, oh, by God, they've actually made a little nest in there.
Yeah.
Underground bees. Look at that. You guys are out of the way.
Underground bees. That's what I call it when it's hot.
Damn it, Steve. But just in case those stories have a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
if you need your dose of oxytocin for the day, look no further than our latest story of unlikely best friends. A woman told her story of hearing faint mews coming from outside of the home and investigated to find a small black kitten that had gotten separated from its mother.
What's up?
Hey!
You looking at that woman?
She believed more than likely it was a stray cat that had a litter of kittens that this one broke off of. She quickly took the little lady in and deemed her new inside cat. What's more is the household already had an animal that she would have to get used to. A chocolate lab that dwarfs the new kitten, and the two could not be better friends. She said that she follows him everywhere that he goes, and he's just as obsessed with her. The photos are they're just too much.
What's up, Big Brown?
Give me some.
I like walking under you and looking up. You know what I'm saying?
You're one of them chocolate eggs.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
I like me some chocolate.
What kind of chocolate are you?
Call me Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, no. Men's Room Sports. You got college football underway over on ESPN2 and CBS Sports. You got NBA basketball on ESPN, NHL hockey over on TNT and True TV if you want to go check out some sports on tonight. As far as your weather, it's coming. Got cloudy skies and a low of 52 tonight, which if it's warmer at night, that's not good for us.
Right, that's always the bad side.
The clouds are coming in. We're expecting a cloudy day and a high of 63 tomorrow. And get ready, guys. The rain is on its way. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Big Dummy, and the head chef is back with 10 speed of potatoes. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Portions of the following program have been pre-recorded.
It's the Big Rock